for all of the fast-paced, hard-hitting action.
Listen as the Arizona Rattlers vie for the playoffs and their 7th championship in team history. Arizona Rattlers football, exclusively on your new home for sports. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100-plus degrees. 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer, and your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment, and they're A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com. Harmon Solar is an REC certified solar professional.
Hey, we get it. You don't want to be hearing a Progressive commercial right now, so let us tell you something you do want to hear. You are intelligent. You make all the right decisions. You were smart before smart was cool, and you made it cool again. You have a wealth of knowledge, and you are so very clever. I bet you already knew I was going to say that, you genius. There, don't you feel better? You'll also feel better when you hear you could save big when you switch to Progressive. But I'm pretty sure you already knew that, too. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Everybody, Mark Asher, about to tell you about my friends at Valley Medical Weight Loss. I love this company. I've used them. I have friends that have used them. A ton of weight has been lost in a quick amount of time, and the right way. That's the important part. Look, they have 3 Valley locations, Tempe, Glendale, and Phoenix. So one is close to you, and they've been doing this for well over a decade. And right now, you can get your first week, $31.95, absolutely free. Just mention Money Radio or mention The Fanatic, and it is on them. 602-441-3305 or valleymedicalweightloss.com.
Does your company need bonds? Hi, this is Dave McKee, president of Constructors Bonding, inviting you to learn how our team can deliver better bonding than any competitor anywhere. Our relationships with every major surety get you the credit you need fast, and we never stop working to exceed your expectations. Call me personally at 602-432-5929. That's 602-432-5929 to learn how Constructors Bonding is your solution to better bonds.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show.
Let's do it.
All right, buddy, it's Thursday here on the Daily Blender. And your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Phil is not with us today. We'll get to that in a moment. But joining us right now is our old pal, Keon. Keon Rose is with us. And he's wearing some nice ASU colors for us today. So well done there, Keon.
I don't think that's ASU, Jeffco.
Yeah, it is. It totally is. I can see it. It's maroon. It's gold. It's ASU. Yeah. Go ASU.
I don't think that's it. See, it's got Washington right there emblazoned across his chest.
Oh, my God, you're right. The Washington football team. Did you lose a bet? Is that because that seems mean to make you wear that?
Lost the bet several years ago early in my childhood, and I've never been happy since. Then sure, I lost a bet.
But listen, let's get into the show here, and I'm going to ask you how you're feeling about your Washington football team lately. But we have so much to talk about today here on the Daily Blender, broadcasting live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And the Berg, yes, right on the money. Go Suns. Absolutely. That's all he's doing every day, and it's killing him because Berg likes to text in. He likes to say stuff, but in a move of superstition, every day, all he does, one text, go Suns, and it has worked. And so to make sure nothing gets jinxed with the Phoenix Suns, that's all we're going to get from Berg until after the finals are over.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It's a good plan, Berg, whether you're superstitious or not. You don't mess with it. You don't mess with it. You don't mess with a guy who's pitching a no-no by saying, hey, look, that guy's pitching a no-no. And you don't mess with superstition when it's working. If it's a game beard, game underwear, game gloves, game socks, you don't mess with it.
Yep, that's true.
It may not mean anything.
Keon,
you don't mess with it.
All right, Keon, are you very suspicious at all? Do you have any suspicious activities you do?
I'm not superstitious, but I'm a little stitious. I got I've got the game socks. I use those. That's mostly an NFL thing. But yeah, yeah, just a little bit. I try not to be. It's not rational, but I do it anyway.
All right. Well, I mean, that's all right, but don't tell us you're not when you totally are. If you're actually wearing game socks, that ain't a little stitious. That's about
are they
normal
stitious
working,
though.
For you,
Like
no. You should just throw those away.
So that's why I'm not superstitious. Not really.
You need a new game plan, friend, because that ain't working. Ain't working a bit. All right. Well, listen, before we get to anything, I want everybody to know that we have Rattlers tickets to give away. Rattler tickets for Friday's game, 7 p.m. Over there at the arena. And, we don't use the phone on this show. We use the text line. So here's what I'm going to do. Everybody who texts in, I want them Rattlers tickets, Jeffrey, you're going to be put into a drawing. At the end of the show, we'll figure out who wins, and you've got those tickets. They're will call tickets, so you do not have to come to the radio station to pick them up. We'll just get your email address, set you up, and you're good to go. So today, if you want to go see the Rattlers beat the living daylights out of the Spokane Shock.
The Shockers.
2 tickets. That's all I got. 2 tickets. I don't got 3. I ain't got 4.
Yep.
Definitely do not have 7. 2. That's all you get. 2. So if you want to go see the Rattlers, you and a friend, you and a loved one, or you and just a complete stranger, you pick up on the highway, because that's what you do on a Friday night. Just text in, I want them Rattler tickets. Okay. And then we'll go. No, it's not lingerie football, moist one.
No.
Yeah. We last time we sent him to a lingerie football game, it was very awkward because he showed up on the field in lingerie.
Ooh.
Yeah. So moist one's banned.
Yeah.
Fed fan says, I need a haircut, but I'm afraid to cut my hair right now. Superstitious. That's right. Fed fan, big Suns fan, also a Warriors fan, but just because of Steph Curry. And if she would to get her, 3 wishes from a genie, one of them would be that Steph Curry would come play for the Phoenix Suns.
Yes. And probably come to dinner at her house.
Well, yeah. Can you do that? Can you wrap that into one wish? Because
everybody knows if you find a genie in a bottle, you get 3 wishes, and one of them cannot be, I wish for 1 million more wishes. You can't do that. So you only got 3. So one would be, come play for the Phoenix Sun. Second, come over to my house. And third would be probably, let's be great friends.
One of those wishes, if she had like more than just 3, would probably involve something negative towards me. So I'm glad she would only get 3 wishes.
Well, we're talking in context here.
Yeah.
Of Steph Curry,
right?
Not ill towards Jeffrey O'Brien.
No, not ill. She doesn't hate me, but if something horrific would happen that would make me rethink my life, I know that she would do that. Heelabin Mike says, "Here we go, Suns fans. We got our driver back behind the wheel. We're gonna go run them down and leave them like roadkill."
Okay.
So here's the thing, guys. When you've got something going and something going good, and do you mess with it? Because 2 games in a row, the Suns have handled their business very nicely. And the score would have been probably a little bit more in favor of the Suns had Devin Booker not got his nose busted with the whole Marsha Brady thing with Patrick Beverly. But, hey, do you just rush to put Chris Paul back in? Maybe. Do you want to mess
How
with
do you not put Chris Paul back in the lineup?
I understand that, but you don't want to, if the quarterback has a hot hand, well, the backup quarterback has a hot hand, and then the other guy comes back, you start to say, well, Keon's been through this more than any of us with the Washington football team.
Yes.
Do you go ahead and put him back in, or do you let the other guys, let's see what happens here?
Well, it's a little bit different in basketball because you're not completely replacing a player. You are knocking maybe Campaign out of the lineup, but Campaign's still going to play in the game. And so, you have Chris Paul, who also is just like instant chemistry as a basketball player. That's kind of his thing and what he does. If there was ever a player that you could worry about or not worry about putting into the starting lineup and having pretty much nothing happen but positive things, Chris Paul's the guy.
Yeah, I know that, but the superstition in me is, listen, I think when Chris Paul shows up, like we said the other day, our boyfriend's back and you're going to be in trouble. Hey, nah, our boyfriend's back and he's going to whoop you. This situation with the Suns being in close games with the Clippers now is going to turn into some proper damn blowouts. That is, what I think, but my superstition says to take it easy, guys.
I think you got to go out there. You got to put CP3 back in. You're a leader of your team. He's been there the entire year. You're on field. You're on court general. The guy is by definition the captain of this team. And there's no way they're not going to put him in there.
I know there's no way.
From the tip-off. And then second of all, I wouldn't be too surprised if the Clippers don't take one tonight. Going into their arena after what happened, the way it happened last week, there might be another edge to this Clippers team that we might see a little more, not emotion, a little more emotional, maybe a bit more motivation. I mean, I kind of think this is going to be a very exciting, very close game, and I don't expect it to be a high scoring game either.
Any other superstar, and I'd say, oh my God, they're coming back, and they're coming back for blood. But we're talking about playoff P. You really think playoff P is going to show up, be like, "You're my bitches now"? No, he's going to come back just being playoff P. I'm not worried about him.
I think playoff P is going to play well because he's played well over the course of these playoffs. I know that the free throws for the last game, notwithstanding, but he's played well over the course of the playoffs. It's the rest of that roster that doesn't scare me at all. I don't like the Clippers. I said this the last time that I was here. I do not like the Clippers in the way that their roster works because I don't trust Ivica Zubac. I don't think that he's athletic enough to stop anybody even remotely as athletic as DeAndre Ayton. Reggie Jackson is come and go with the wind. I think that the Clippers are going to try their best, but they've played 2 7-game series. And at some point, you have to think they're going to run out of energy and just run out of gas.
Yeah. Well, that's all fine with me. But here's what I've been saying. These two teams are pretty well evenly matched. And the fact that the Suns got away with that win. Now, I say got away. I'm not going to say stole because it was the referees who tried to steal that game away from the Suns. Start to finish, there were some bogus calls all the way around. I get it. Like we said the other day, it goes back and forth and, everybody gets a bad call. But it just really did look like that referee hates Chris Paul so much. He was going to go ahead and punish the Phoenix Suns, whether they were there, or, he was there with them or not. So, but anyways, back to what's going on here. The Clippers have kept it tight with the Suns. That other game could have gone either way, but the difference maker being Paul. Yeah, I think we can. I think we can get a sweep here. I think we can.
All right.
I'm not saying we will because I'm not so arrogant to say it's a done deal. You never would know what's going to happen because somebody can have a great game at the same time somebody has a bad game. Somebody's tired. Somebody's suddenly got some energy. You never know. So, like you say, Randy, that's why we play the game.
Yep. That's exactly right.
So, I do have to let you guys know the reason Phil will not be with us today, tomorrow, or even Monday. I got a memo from Radio Ron that Phil has been suspended from the Daily Blender.
Oh, boy.
For 3 reasons.
Okay.
Violation of dress code. I wasn't there, but evidently, Speedo is a violation of our dress code.
Uh-huh.
Tampering with profanity delay equipment. By the way, you better look down there and check. Does it have the 7 on it, Randy?
Yeah, I've already checked it. It has a 7. Yeah.
Evidently, there was some a little bit of tampering there.
Okay.
And then, oddly, the third one, which I got to get a conversation. He impregnated the HR lady.
What?
I know. I don't know how that plays into this. That's all I can say. So violation of dress code, tampering with equipment, and knocking up the HR lady. So Phil will not be back with us until Tuesday.
I feel kind of proud at this moment if that's the case.
I'm not supposed to say anything more about that.
Okay.
And that's only a 3-day suspension. That's all of that.
Each count. Yeah. So
1 day for each.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're pretty easy going around here.
Yeah,
so
okay.
It'll be interesting to see his excuses later on.
Question I have is, did the HR lady want to be impregnated?
That's irrelevant. We have rules at the radio station. So 888-368-1580. We've got Rattler tickets to give away. We got a pair for tomorrow night. And all you got to say is, I want them Rattler tickets, Jeffrey. Send me in a text, 888-368-1580, and we'll get you a pair. If you win the drawing at the end of the show. Billy from Phoenix, gotcha, buddy. You are in the drawing. Mile High Guy, you are also in the drawing. Lost Toby says, I like free things. That's not enough. You got to actually say you want the tickets.
Want the tickets.
Lost Toby says CP3 is going to go back to his choking ways and lose the entire series.
Wait a minute. What? Who said this?
That's Lost Toby.
Oh, Lost Toby. Come on, man. Come on,
actually look back and blame, choking on CP3, because I've said this before, even when I didn't like CP3. One quarter out of every game, he is hands down the best point guard in all of the National Basketball Association. There's nobody better than him. Now, some of the other parts of the game, he's pretty damn good. He's a very good player. Do we blame him for any of the Clippers choking or any of the other teams he's been on, the OKC, the whoever's, the whatsevers before he got to the Suns? Do we blame him for choking?
I can only recall one series with the Clippers where you could probably blame him for choking, but other times, no, it's not really. I mean, there were the run in Houston was unfortunate because he actually got injured in that one. There was the
injured is not choking.
Yeah, that's not choking. He also got injured at one point with the Clippers as well. That's not choking, and he didn't choke at all with the Oklahoma City Thunder. I mean, that was just the refs there were some bad calls there, and that team was incredibly young and not as talented as this Suns team, and they just lost in a tough series. But he played really well down the stretch. I can't think back except for maybe once where Chris Paul was the guy that you go, okay, maybe he could have done better.
You would think if he was going to choke, he would have choked before now. They played the defending champion Los Angeles Lakers. They played the MVP and the Denver Nuggets. Then he got the COVID. What makes you think that he's going to be up to choking now against the Clippers? I doubt that's going to happen.
Yeah, and he's also on a team that even when he's not there, does very, very well. So whatever happens, I think I don't think choking is going to enter into the conversation.
And if anything, wouldn't he want to solidify his place with the Suns by beating the Clippers? I mean, after all, he had his career start in the Clippers organization. Would he want to go back there and prove a point? You guys should have kept me around while you had me. I don't know. There always seems to be that when a player goes back to their former team, there's always that extra motivation. I don't think that Chris Paul is going to choke. This team is too good for him to have to carry the entire team.
People like Ben Simmons choke. We saw it. People like Playoff P choked at the free throw line. We saw it.
Yeah.
You can say specifically places where they did. Somebody's going to tell me specifically where they've seen Chris Paul do that.
Yeah.
Big George says, I agree with Bird. Go Suns. Beat them Clippers. So glad that Chris Paul is back for game 3 and Kiwi Leonard is out. Not me. I'm not glad. I want a full team versus a full team because with Kiwi out, now there's excuses. I don't want that. I want a fair fight, and I want their best guys ready, and I want our best guys ready, and I want it to be amazing. Big George says, wow, Phil's making a lot of sense today for once. He's actually giving good analysis, and he's not hating on the Suns. Was he back on his meds?
No.
No, that's Keon Rose, our old friend Keon Rose there, filling in for him. Boogie says, so did Phil quit or get fired? Again, he was suspended for 3 games. I mean, for 3 shows, Speedo wearing, profanity, delay, tampering, and he impregnated the HR lady. And that's all I'm allowed to say about that.
Wow.
Connecticut Texter says Clippers down by 15 early and send it in the rest of the series.
Wow.
I don't even really understand what they're saying there.
Well, you say if they go down 15 early, they're just going to mail it in from there.
Fed fan says, you're right, Randy. Federer would have to come to dinner too, though. I like all you guys. I just like to mess with you, Jeffrey.
Yeah.
And if Paul George was the 4th dimension texter, would his texter name be Playoff P? Probably not, because we let the listeners choose their nicknames, and I'm pretty sure he'd like to never, ever, ever hear that again.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Though Paul George was the one that said Playoff P. That was his idea.
He did coin the nickname. Yeah.
Well, that was like a brag,
and
then it turned into
City, and then it just backfired horrific.
All right. Well, see, now that makes it even more funny. So yes, he would be Playoff P because he did choose that nickname once.
He did.
Speaking of that, listen, if you're new here to the Daily Blender and you're listening in, you're like, oh, I want to text in, pick yourself a good nickname, but make sure it's an appropriate and good nickname, one that can get by the censors, and 2, one that is badass and is the nickname you always wished you could have, because this is the only time in your life you can do that. Every other time you've gotten a nickname, somebody else has chosen for you. You didn't want that. It's horrible. So, by the way, this guy right here, Shaft Bang Adams, that's a hell of a nickname right there. Have you ever heard that? Shaft Bang Adams, a 30-year-old guy in Orlando. He got busted for driving on a suspended license there. And he had a pretty long rap sheet there. He was on probation, so they arrested him. And so when they took him in there, it's like, okay, we're going to process you there to the prison. They found something illegal in his actual shaft.
Uh-oh.
Yes. Just to answer the question before you ask, he's not circumcised. That's how that is how he was able to hide stuff. Just so you know. During a strip search, they found 4 meth rocks hidden under his junk. It doesn't make sense, unless you already know.
Wow.
Not circumcised. So they charged him possession of methamphetamine and for introducing contraband into a penal institution.
Ooh.
It's a true story. So he got out. He posted bond 8 days later, but he's back in jail already because cocaine. Anyway, and
hell of a drug.
He actually has it tattooed on his chest, Shaft Bang Adams.
Yeah.
So that is a very appropriate nickname.
Is that so if he forgets his name in some drunken or stone stupor, he can look at his chest?
Well, it's perfectly straight. So if you look in the mirror, he's going to say, and if you look at it upside down, it's just like Swedish or something. So anyways, but so the point is when you choose your nickname, you choose it right. Choose it well.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I don't mind if some texter put this on the list. Shaft Bang Adams. I think that's a great texter nickname.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk a little more about the Phoenix Suns and some of the other stuff happening in the NBA as we get closer to the NBA Finals. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Get more out of summer when you get more from the Home Depot and trusted brands like Behr Paint. Beat the summer heat by taking on a paint project indoors and keep things cool with 4th of July savings on paint and all the supplies you need. We're making sure now is the perfect time to give your home a refresh. How cool is that? 4th of July savings only from the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100 plus degrees, 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer, and your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harman Solar today. Harman Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment, and they're A-plus rated with a Better Business Bureau. Call Harman Solar, 800-281-3189, or go to harmansolar.com. Harman Solar is an REC certified solar professional.
And now a game of commercial chicken brought to you by Progressive, where we see how long Flo can go without talking about insurance. Ready? Go.
So the weather is just all over the place lately, right? One day it's hot, and the next day it's windy for a while. It's like, make up your mind already. Drivers who switch to Progressive could save big.
Okay, you win. We can't help but save customers money. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Uncertain times can lead to fearful investing, which could leave you in a bad spot, especially if you're trading on emotion. When tumult opens and closes the market, you need sound advice.
Hello, I'm Mo Ansari, host of Market Wrap and president of Compact Asset Management. If fear has you in its grips, it's time to take a look at your investments. At Compact Asset Management, we specialize in providing complete wealth management solutions to help you reach your financial goals, no matter where the market goes. Dial pound 250 in your cell phone and say talk to Mo for a free portfolio review. We will also discuss how we can work together to create your customized retirement plan. Call pound 250 on the cell phone and say talk to Mo, and let us help you take the fear out of your portfolio. Again, call pound 250 on the cell phone and say talk to Mo.
Compact Asset Management is a registered investment advisor, funds custodian, Fidelity Institutional Wealth Services, member FINRA, SIPC.
Summertime. And your summer home for sports in the Valley has what you need to cool you off. The NBA is looking to crown a new champion. The NHL gives another team the right to spend a year with Lord Stanley's Cup. Baseball is gaining momentum towards the playoffs. The NFL opens training camp to get ready for a new season. Yes, summertime is the best time of the year. Stay up to date with everything summertime has to offer on your summer home for sports. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. And we have a new texter here on the text line. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. A new texter says, I would like my name to be the Despondent Yahoo.
The Despondent Yahoo.
You know what? I love that nickname. I'd like to hear more about it. What made you choose that nickname, Despondent Yahoo? 888-368-1580. Fish Tank says, is Shaft Bang Adams a sequel to Patch Adams, or is this just like a porn version? No, it's a dude's actual nickname, I guess. It wasn't just his nickname. It was his legal name, by the way. So at some point, he must have changed his name to that, or his mother did him wrong. Fed Fan says, why do you tell those stories when I'm eating Taco Bell?
Yeah.
You're only mad if you're eating a bean burrito, I think. Hilo Ben Mike says they should call it Playoff C for Joker. Are you seriously? Why are you still saying this about Chris Paul? It says the difference is with CP3, they won't potentially cut into a lead at the end. He'll keep things under control and be that stabilizing force that we've all come to know and love. Oh, I think he's saying playoff C for choker. Are you talking about the Clippers? The Clippers were notorious chokers. I'm confused. Helium Mike says, my ritual consists of blowing up my cholesterol with a greasy 1 pound pan cooked burger and some baked beans. A pound burger. Damn, man. Wow. Every time I've done this, though, the Suns win. I guess the risk is worth the reward. Hopefully it doesn't result in heart disease. I think if you've been doing that the entire season, you got a problem. If you're doing it for the playoffs, I think you can probably survive 4, 5, 6 more of those. Boogie says, wait a second, Phil impregnated the HR lady? You tell that son of a bitch you better stay away from my gin and accounting. Well, yeah, there's two different people, neither of which are real. Jagdog says, I love those Rattler tickets, Jeffrey, but I'm a season ticket holder. Any of the listeners who haven't been to a game yet, that is an awesome experience going to a Rattlers game. Randy, can I get a crown? Actually, 3 crown shots for a Game 3 win.
Yeah, here we go.
Easy there, man. You pace yourself. It's going to be a long night. Good Cat says, wait, is Phil cheating on Jen from accounting? That never happened. Big George says, does it worry you guys at all that the Clippers were down 2-0 in their first 2 playoff series against the Mormons of Utah and the Rednecks of Dallas? Yeah, I'm the one saying it. You can't sleep on these guys, and they keep doing that. First one, you think, okay, well, they're not going to do that again. So then the second series, you're like, oh, they're gone, and then there they go, they win it. So let's hear from somebody who's on the outside. So far outside, he's wearing a Washington football team T-shirt. Keon, should we be worried about that whole 2-0 deficit thing the Clippers have been doing lately?
No. If
that was confident no.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty confident no. Well, no, I just don't think that first off, I don't trust the Clippers, but put that to the side for just a second.
Show me on the puppet where the Clippers hurt you.
I can't do that. I'm lacking a puppet, but 20
got to get this man a puppet.
24% of the time when a team goes down 0-2 in a series, do they actually win it? So yeah, the fact that the Clippers have done it 2 times is impressive, but it also means that they have to be exhausted. The likelihood that they do this a 3rd time is incredibly low, if for no other reason than they went 7 games against Dallas and they went 7 games against Utah in the next series, and you're gonna ask them to do this again. There's no way you do this without going at least 6 games. You probably have to go 7 to win it if you're the Clippers.
Well, hopefully, you're right, Keon, because they should burn in hell. Bite My Kebab says,
heathens.
Are them Rattler tickets will call? If yes, I want them Rattler tickets.
Well, I don't know that they're will call. Chief was talking to me about these are the electronic tickets. So we get your email address and they'll be sent to you.
It's even better.
That's what I understand.
Yeah. So the electronic tickets, what happens is we get your email address. They send you the e-ticket and you got it on your phone or whatever. You don't even have to go to the will call window. You just go right straight up to the ticket, the entry point.
Less time spent out in this terrible heat.
Let me in here, good sir, is what you should say. Bob Schwersky says, hey, good afternoon, fellas. Who the hell is Phil? I don't remember him. That's a distant, far memory for me. Colty says, I want them Rattler tickets. All right, buddy, you are in the drawing. Mr. Wilbur says, Jeffrey, do you want my airtight prediction for tonight's game?
Please.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't know that your predictions have always been airtight. We haven't been keeping track, but I'll let you have that. King Kitten says, how about Way Off P? That's trending the other night. Paul George's theme song, Another Brick from the Line.
He was 5 of 10 from the free throw line. That is disturbing.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, I'll accept those Rattler tickets for the 4th place finish in the NCAA tournament, Jeffrey. Just saying. It's not how it works, Baker Cocky Hens. You lose one, you don't just get the other. King of Kitten says, with Kiwi officially ruled out of tonight's game, I'm going to say it, Suns in 4. And he misses Phil.
Wow. That's too
Don't
bad.
take it personally, Keon. No,
not at all.
So what you're saying, King Kittens, you hate Keon? Oh my God. Good Cat says, Randy, may I please have a triple Angels Envy neat? Very specific drink order right there.
Boy, have you had the Angels Envy before though, Jeffco?
No, haven't had it.
That is a good beverage right there.
I believe you. So, here's what you have to understand, Keon. There's a couple of texters who just love them some Phil. All right. Not many, because a lot of the time Phil has some very, very unpopular opinions. That and the whole Speedo thing. And listen, we all have unpopular opinions at times, right? I mean, Keon, you do your own show. I'm sure you've had some very unpopular opinions that people have given you a hard time for. What's the most unpopular opinion you've ever had?
Oh man, I said Matt Ryan wasn't a surefire Hall of Famer. And in the area that I am, I'm 2 hours north of Atlanta, Georgia.
Whoopsie.
I'm in the heart of Falcons country. The Falcons fans were not thrilled.
Right.
And they thought I was losing my mind.
Not bad. Mine was, I said we should lower the rim so WNBA players can dunk. That one did not go well.
Yeah.
And I wasn't saying it from a mean place. We've explained it. I don't have to go down there again, but I stand by it. Also, once I wondered if maybe Eminem's mom just made really bad spaghetti.
Wow.
I thought that was very unpopular. And then there's a time I'm like, hey, everybody, let's eat some bees. And, nobody.
No.
Yeah. I just thought that would be anyway.
No.
Randy, what was your most unpopular? Is it about the Nets? Is it about the robo umpires? What do you think the most unpopular opinion you've had is?
I don't know that I've had any unpopular opinions. Because I spit nothing but truth.
Do you just roll with the consensus, Randy, all the time?
No, I spit nothing but truth and common sense. That's my entire life. Truth and common sense.
What about the time you were telling me that you thought that people should have to walk their wife down the aisle towards their father during divorce proceedings? What about that? That was very unpopular.
I never said anything like
yes,
that.
I could find the tape.
But that's okay. You go ahead.
So think about it a little bit, Randy, and
I can't think of anything. I mean, I have my opinion on the Nets. I mean,
not the New Jersey or Brooklyn Nets.
No,
the Nets in baseball.
Baseball Nets are for snowflakes. Give me a break.
888-368-1580. So if you guys out there, I'm sure in your life you've had some unpopular opinions. So let us know what your most unpopular opinion is. We've shown you ours. Now you show us yours. Not you, moist one.
Phrasing, Jeffco.
Yeah, I know.
Phrasing.
Hey, we have another new texter here on the text line. He says, hey, boys, it's Drew Flocka. Drew Flocka. Yeah, it says, is Chris Paul coming back with a vengeance? What's his plan for the game?
Right.
Not have COVID and show up.
Yeah.
I think that was the main plan for the game.
I think he's going to be very excited to be out there, very enthusiastic. I think he's going to have a great game, play very well. He might be on a bit of a, what do you call that? A minutes limit where they don't leave him out there as much as they have. Let him get.
We don't know because we don't know. They
Right.
said he was asymptomatic, but we never got an official word. If he was asymptomatic, there's no reason for a minutes limit.
Well,
If he had some symptoms, then I could see
Got to
that.
keep in mind he's been off 10 days now.
Yeah, he's
11
rested. Let's
days?
go. Do
I
this.
don't
Earn
know.
your money.
I don't know. I think that well, obviously we're very happy to be here to have him back, and I'm sure he's very happy to be back. So.
Bruno Baller says, I need to correct the new guy because the Clippers beat the Jazz in 6, not in 7.
Well, then.
You should see the look that Keon is giving the screen. Bruno Baller going to have to throw down with Keon.
Well,
with that
then.
one. Yeah. He's tired of your crap, Bruno Baller. Billy from Phoenix says, Phil has more fans than Eric ever had. Don't tell Phil this, but that's probably true.
Yeah.
Boogie says, some people like Randy and myself have never had unpopular opinions.
There you go.
Yeah. Big George says, wow, sounds like Phil is going down the road of Charlie Wolf.
Wow.
There's a deep dive.
Wow. Big George.
I will always have fond memories of his Speedo and his horrible hot takes. Good Cat says, my most unpopular opinion is the Rolling Stones are better and more influential than the Beatles. And Freddie Mercury, best rock vocalist ever. Well, who would be a better vocalist than Freddie Mercury? I mean, I don't know who's going to disagree with that, but saying the Rolling Stones were better and more influential, they were different types of music. Yeah, the Rolling Stones were more like funk band, and the Beatles were they were kind of all over the road. They started out trying to be this harmony sort of Everly Brothers kind of sound with a little bit of rockabilly thrown in, and then they just sort of evolved into whatever the hell they felt like doing later. So, can you really compare the Rolling Stones and the Beatles, Randy?
Yeah, I think you can. They were both part of the British invasion way back when. I think the Beatles are slightly ahead as far as influence goes because they were the ones that transitioned out of that, like you said, rockabilly sound from the 50s and brought this whole new sound to America. Now, I will say this. It's like looking at, the Phoenix Boys Choir, the Beatles, and then the bad guys, somebody from Juvenile Hall, a band of guys from Juvenile Hall. That was a difference for me between the Beatles and the Stones. The Stones were the bad boys, man. They were the cigarette smoking, trashy looking, loud and raucous band where the Beatles had all their little happy little suits on, of course, until they started dropping acid. After that, it was all game was on.
A mess. So. It was just a mess.
Yeah.
Baker's Cocky Hen says Tim Tebow will be a successful tight end. That's one of many predictions that will soon prove itself accurate.
Okay.
That is an unpopular opinion.
Yeah. There's no reality there. Big George says Randy usually has some solid takes, but his prediction that the Cardinals would go 16-0 last season, that was a pretty bad take when he predicted they'd win every single game.
Well, yeah, I mean, I was off a little bit. It was only off by 8 games.
Well,
I'm still shooting 50%. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, that's actually not bad. So, I guess we'll do our game predictions we get closer to the actual season.
Yeah.
Large Marge says Clip Show down 0-2 to start. Got us right where they want us, huh? Yeah. Dick Whiskers says, in my circle of family and friends, my most unpopular opinion is that Tom Brady is the best quarterback of all time.
Wow.
Let me guess. You're from Milwaukee. That's all I can think. Maybe you're somewhere near Green Bay, somewhere in the cheese-eating state of Wisconsin. Thunder Snow says, I don't know about unpopular opinion, but my most popular one was that Phil sucks. Lost Toby says, my most unpopular opinion, according to my girl, is that drinking on a Monday is okay.
Drinking on any day is okay.
Yeah, I'm a little bit confused by your girlfriend's opinion of your opinion. He says, I also stand with my opinion that pineapple does belong on pizza.
Yeah.
I say you just put whatever you want on your pizza. I'm not going to eat it if I don't like it. I don't mind some pineapple on
Keon,
pizza.
you like the pineapple on the pizza?
I do not. I can't stand it.
Okay.
Now, I'm not going to dictate for other people how the pizza ought to go,
right.
but am I going to be watching you, silently judging you from afar? Yes, I absolutely will.
Yeah.
Seething while I say nothing passive
Wow.
aggressive.
All right,
Seething.
this is the big test, Keon. Let's see if you pass this one. Ready? Canadian bacon or American bacon?
It's American bacon.
Okay.
Is it Canadian bacon sweet?
Can I
That's
just say,
weird.
object? I
That's
object.
very strange.
Randy, you're leading the witness.
Did I?
Yeah, a little bit.
Gee.
American bacon. Dick Whisker says, I read that one. Thunderso says, no, I read that one. Damn, my screen's doing weird things. Ukla Mock says, hello, Randino, and maybe even you, Radio Pal. Drinking on any day that ends with a Y is okay.
Yeah, I second that emotion.
Billy from Phoenix has a bad opinion, says Chris Cornell is one of the best vocalists as well.
Chris Cornell?
Yeah. Sweaty Criminal says, can we keep Keon instead of Phil? How about that for a popular opinion, he says. Fed Fan says, for me, just trying to keep tennis relevant on this program makes me unpopular. That's not true. Listen, we've declared tennis a sport and not just to kiss up to you. In fact, I was flipping through the channels, and on the ESPN, I saw this beautiful promo for Wimbledon. Man, they put so much money into this commercial to try to get people to watch a sport that usually only cats like watching. They just watch the ball go back and forth fixedly. But it was a beautiful promo. I mean, they put some money into that thing. It almost made me. No, it didn't. But anyways, I thought about you. How about that? Kiss the Cook says the Dixie Chicks will be the most famous girl country group ever.
No,
that was your unpopular. I don't even know.
Wow.
I don't even know.
And you're
never
still
listened
living.
to them, so I can't tell you. It says Directions to Cardinal Ghost Ship will be the most famous country girls group. I don't understand this.
Yeah. No, I don't know.
Does anybody understand what the hell he's saying?
I don't know.
I can't help you. I'm lost.
It got real weird there, didn't it? Bruno Baller says, I actually prefer Roger Adultery with the Who over Freddie Mercury and Queen.
Wow.
Oh, we won't get fooled again. Teenage Wasteland. It's not called Teenage Wasteland, is it? It's called Bob O'Reilly.
Yeah.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Let's see. Dick Whisker says, I'm a third generation Arizonan. How dare you imply I'm from the worst city in the world? I apologize for that, Dick Whiskers. Slop Tart says, Emmitt Smith is the most overrated running back in the history of the NFL.
That was his bad take. That had to be his bad take.
Wow. Who is the most overrated running back in the history of the NFL? Generally, they expose themselves as that pretty quickly, and we just never hear from them again.
What do you mean?
Oh, not like that, Randy.
What are you talking about?
I expect, is that something about working the board that whoever works the board
You just
automatically
said that
sexualizes anything and
most
everything that is
overrated
said?
running back exposes themselves.
Yeah, he's been exposed. Not
Like their game is exposed.
Oh, okay. All right.
Not zipper down and hello, ladies. Nothing like that. Kyle G says, unpopular opinion. Major League Baseball pitchers should be allowed to use the sticky stuff, and batters can use resin. It's more fun and personality in the game.
Well, batters already use resin, so I don't see what the problem is.
Chamoy says Trent Richardson. Thank you for that.
Bifferson.
Why not? Oh, no. There's another vote for Trent Richardson.
He is one. Yeah.
Yeah. Both.
He went to the University of Alabama. He was supposed to be a big-time running back. He was on the cover of draft magazines with Andrew Luck and RG3. And then what happened afterwards?
Yeah. Both both Billy from Phoenix and Chamoy jumped on Trent Richardson immediately. So there you go. So much for the old Emmitt Smith take. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, I really meant to talk about the NBA stuff. We just kind of got distracted. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
We're planning a trip to Spain later this year.
But our Spanish
is pretty bad. So we're using Babbel.
Babbel's conversation-based method teaches you real-life words and phrases. And with Babbel's interactive bite-sized lessons, you'll remember what you learned.
There's no easier way to learn another language.
Ahora hablamos español.
He just said, now we speak Spanish.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free. Just go to Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100+ degrees, 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer, and your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harman Solar today. Harman Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment, and they're A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harman Solar, 800-281-3189, or go to harmansolar.com. Harman Solar is an REC certified solar professional.
Hey, we get it. You don't want to be hearing a Progressive commercial right now, so let us tell you something you do want to hear. You are intelligent. You make all the right decisions. You were smart before smart was cool, and you made it cool again. You have a wealth of knowledge, and you are so very clever. I bet you already knew I was going to say that, you genius. There, don't you feel better? You'll also feel better when you hear you could save big when you switch to Progressive. But I'm pretty sure you already knew that too. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Hey guys, Jeffrey O'Brien here. And listen, we've all been hearing about Valley Medical weight loss for quite some time now. We've been hearing about how easy they make it to lose weight and keep it off. And we've been hearing about how convenient it is to visit one of their 3 Valley locations. And we've heard these other guys on the radio station here have success. Yeah, I've heard about it too. So I've joined in and I've already lost 6 pounds in just a couple of weeks. I am so glad I gave Valley Medical weight loss a try, and you will be too. Check them out at valleymedicalweightloss.com. And remember, mention Fanatic and you'll get your first week free.
Chances are the technology you work with every day is an afterthought.
Until it isn't working.
Technical problems can throw a wrench in your day, but computer security issues can expose you and your customers to serious risk. Affinity Technology builds custom IT solutions that help small businesses thrive. No system is too complicated.
If it plugs in, we work with it.
Affinity Technology runs Arizona businesses. Contact us today at atechaz.com. That's atechaz.com. Affinity Technology.
Did you know that Constructors Bonding has been Arizona's leader in surety management for over 40 years? Hi, this is Dave McKee, president of Constructors Bonding, inviting you to learn how our team can deliver better bonding than anyone, anywhere. Contractors, developers, attorneys, car dealers, and hundreds of other industries turn to Constructors Bonding for their bond solutions. Call me personally at 602-432-5929 to learn how Constructors Bonding is your solution for better bonding.
The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. Coming up on Friday, 7 p.m., right after the race set up with Randy White, you've got the Arizona Rattlers taking on the Spokane Shock. Still think it's a dumb name for a team.
Why?
I don't know, man.
I come in and shock.
Should be the Shockers or the,
No, I can't call them Shockers.
Well, I mean, you got to do better than just shock,
The shock.
Like lightning and the thunder and shock. Right. I don't know.
Because the shock doesn't necessarily have to be an electrical shock. It could just be shock. I'm stunned. I don't know what to do.
I can't believe they're getting their asses kicked so bad by the Rattlers. The shock is set in. No, it's like the WNBA team, the Sun. No, you can't call a team a singular thing.
It's a Connecticut Sun.
Whatever.
Isn't that a saying? The Connecticut Sun?
I don't care if it's a saying. It's just a dumb name for a team. Like, it's like it's the Phoenix Suns. All right, so that makes sense. But the Sun, what? We all run around together like molecules to form a nuclear fission, becomes a big mass incandescent gas, and it starts to burn bright. It makes no sense, Connecticut. I hate it. I hate it. Makes me angry. Sorry.
Wow. Sorry you had to see that, Keon.
Yeah.
That's a very strong opinion, and I don't know who it's for.
Fish Tank says Keon looks pretty bored through those commercial breaks. I feel like he probably wanted to be doing something else before you guys told him that Phil was suspended.
No, that's just my reading face. That's like when I'm reading, I just look. I don't know. That's just my face.
Thing is, it doesn't bother Randy or I because we've both been married for a long time, so we're used to that face. Doesn't bother us.
Wow.
Baker's cocky hen says, my son's winning the finals take before the season seems becoming true. Browns making playoffs last year. That seems to have worked out. We shall see. Tebow kneeling in the end zone pretty soon, I think. If nothing else, he'll be in the USFL.
Wow, you've had a very productive year.
And I think I remember what he's saying is true. He did make those predictions, but okay, ease up on the USFL. That does not mean that Tim Tebow is suddenly a productive tight end. And he might be kneeling in the end zone, probably injured, I'm guessing. Yeah. Large Marge
got a broken heart because he wasn't invited to tight end you.
Yeah. Well, okay. I don't think George Kittle was wrong to just not lick that envelope.
Still.
Large Marge says, did you say Roger Adultery? Damn, that's a cool text handle, though, right there. Another one, write that down, Randy.
Yeah.
Roger Adultery.
Roger Adultery. Got it.
Lost Toby says, I'll let her know. And if I don't text in the next few days, send a search party and pour out a pina colada for me because she's never wrong, according to her.
If you like
That doesn't count. That doesn't count.
He texted the show and he said, pour out a pina colada.
I have a feeling that he was trying to trick me into reading what I thought was going to be a text sent to us instead of somebody else.
Uh-huh.
That's clever, Lost.
Pour out a pina colada. I heard it clearly.
I don't want to hear that song anymore today. At least Keon didn't get up and dance. I appreciate that.
Neither did I.
Lost Toby says Lamar Jackson is the most overrated running back in the NFL. Good Cat says Beanie Wells was pretty overrated. Boogie says Suns in fourth dimension. It's time for us to rise up and fight. And yes, you may die. Go the way of the Phil and you'll live, at least for a while. But dying in your beds many years from now, would you be willing to trade in the days from this day to be that, for that one chance, just one chance to come back here and yell at these Clippers that they may home court advantage tonight, but they'll never take our freedom or a series lead? Yeah, that kind of fell apart a little bit, Boogie.
Yeah.
But we appreciate it. Against the Spread says, my most unpopular opinion was to pay homeless crackheads money to drive all of these one-way U-Hauls back to California, for the refugees left there. You could solve two problems, lower the crime rate and free up U-Hauls overflowing lots. Don't know why that business model didn't work.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm tracking with that one.
Ukla says, I'm not as annoyed with the program today. Is somebody not there? Elvin Mike says, I'm not worried. We're not the Mavs. We're not the Jazz. They, I think, have an overblown sense of themselves and are missing Kiwi, the alien testicle. What alien testicle? Jagdog says, Reggie Bush, most overrated running back of all time.
I don't know. He was pretty epic in college. In the NFL, yeah, I suppose perhaps a little overrated, but he was pretty, I don't know, Keon, he was pretty good in the NFL.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I mean, once they figured out how to use him, like instead of trying to use him like an every down back, you use him in certain positions, then yeah, Reggie Bush was actually really productive.
See, right there would be the part where Phil would start going, every position, and making something sexual out of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's kind of nice. We don't have to put up with that. Fed Fan says, before you get going there with the NBA, I just want to say how sorry I am for all the heterosexual males out there. Victoria's Secret is having Megan Rapinoe as a model. Oh, that's just plain sad, she says.
Wow.
Well, I don't know what that who's Megan? Oh, the girl with the purple hair, right?
Yeah, she's the captain of the U.S. women's national team.
Hey, Fed Fan, lesbians need lingerie too. It's okay. Reaching out to a whole, whole other category. I don't. Yeah, and really, we're men. We don't care.
She doesn't have to like us back,
right?
I mean,
yeah, and they wouldn't be hiring her if she didn't look good in some unders. I'm pretty sure that's a. Isn't that a prerequisite for the Victoria's
Secret? That's
Secret?
the only prerequisite.
Yeah. So we appreciate your concern, Fed Fan. We do, but I think we'll be okay. Singer says, all right, here is the origin of straight cash homie. Moss back in the day. Randy Moss is the first one that said straight cash homie.
I would believe that.
Big George says the worst team name is the U Arizona Wildcats. I mean, they should be called the U Arizona Fighting Chalupas. Well, that's my vote, but I don't know if we could say that's the worst team name. The worst team. You can stop there. Large Marge says, did Boogie paint his face blue and strap it on a kilt before he thumbed that one out? Well, we should have had him call in and deliver that on the actual phone.
Yeah.
He probably would have got it right there. Le'Veon Bell is the most overrated in recent memory.
There's an argument there. He left Pittsburgh. He left a great offensive line, and with the Jets and even with the Chiefs, he wasn't able to find the same magic that he did when he was back in Pittsburgh. You could argue that Le'Veon Bell was actually very overrated running back.
Well, I mean, he can't be called overrated if you've actually performed at that level. The change of venue ended up hurting you. So then you could say, no, not overrated. just on a different team that doesn't have a good enough O-line to help with that production, because it's a team sport. You know what I mean? That for a running back, you got to have good guys in front of you to help pave that way. It just tells you he's not a dominant running back, but I don't know if I would really be ready to say that Le'Veon Bell was overrated on that.
I don't know. I kind of agree with Keon on this one. As of late, he has not returned to that style of run that he had when he was with the Steelers. I think his ego got in the way. If he would have stayed there, seems like to me he would have been much better off. But
I'm very bitter about him because of what he did in my fantasy football team.
Yeah, and and then he was doing the upside down letters on the text and junk like that. I don't know if he went the way of Antonio, but it sure sounds like it.
Isn't he fighting with Andy Reid right now?
Yeah, he's very mad. He says he'll never play for Andy Reid again.
It's funny because he says it was the worst. It was hell playing for Andy Reid. And then so Andy Reid comes out and says, "Oh, I enjoyed my time with Le'Veon Bell. I think he's a good guy, and I wish him well." And then Le'Veon Bell says, "That's lies. That's lies. Everything he says is lies."
He hated me. Why doesn't he say it?
Calm down.
I think that with the argument that you could make for him being overrated is his time with the Chiefs. There's no offense that is more acclimated to you being successful as an NFL running back.
Yeah.
Your quarterback can make every throw. He basically doesn't even need you. But you go out there's an offensive line that's perfectly capable. And if you can't get it done in Kansas City, I don't know where you can get it done at this point.
It's a good point. 888-368-1580. Dick Whiskers says, okay, not the most overrated running back of all time, Al Bundy. He scored 4 touchdowns in one game.
Well, there you go.
It's a true story.
How can you knock that?
Justin Tip says, good afternoon, gentlemen. Still about a month away, but the greatest sporting event in the history of Earth, not including watching Gardner Damn Minshew's hair grow.
That's true.
The Little League World Series, a true World Series. Randy, what are your thoughts on the Little League?
I absolutely love the Little League World Series and Little League Baseball, although it's becoming a bit more commercialized, a bit more eccentric, if you will. But I've always loved the Little League World Series, and I watch it every year. So I'm very excited about that.
Okay.
Always wanted to go to Williamsport, Pennsylvania and watch it in person.
So here's the thing about that, Randy. Now, I know you're old school baseball kind of guy.
Yeah.
Do you see the old school baseball with these kids?
Oh,
or
yeah.
do you start to see the start of a bat flip, or do you start to see some of the nonsense that you rail against now starting to take shape in these young boys?
What's great is you get to see baseball in its purest form. This is the basic level of baseball right here. This is where all these kids from T-ball up to this level of Little League Baseball have learned all of the basics of the game, how to field a ground ball, footwork in throwing the ball, turning a double play, running the bases. All the basics of the game come to fruition, come to one spot here in Williamsport, and is on display not only in the American teams, but around the world. They've got teams. The Mexican teams are tough. The teams from South America are always tough. The teams from, the teams from Japan. Amazing baseball being played around this globe at this Little League level, and I love watching it. You don't see all the bad flips. It is innocent, man. It is kids just out there playing the game for the game's sake.
Well, I think I'd rather watch that than curling. So yeah, I mean. Kyle G says the Clippers remind me of the Cavs during LeBron's first years. Takes so much effort from their best 2 players that they can't finish in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Kawhi will leave he'll probably go to the Hawks or the Mavs or the Lakers or something like that.
Really?
The thing is with Chris Paul is sort of passing on, that money and maybe going to free agency next year. And again, you're right. He hasn't officially done that yet, but the word on the street is he's probably not going to go there. He's looking for a 3-year kind of max deal for him, or at least for him. Right. And so the rumor is out there, LeBron, he's had enough of this. He's ready to put together his super team, try to get Chris Paul over there. Maybe you're right. Maybe he'll try to get Kawhi Leonard over there too. So Keon, how much money do the Lakers have, and how many superstars can they lure in to Los Angeles right now?
Well, the Lakers seemed kind of strapped for cash, but we'll see how many players they have going into free agency this summer and how that all pans out to figure out exactly who they can lure in, because Chris Paul, he is looking for that final payday of his career.
And the Lakers may not be able to provide that, but I'll tell you what, they win the championship here. That's the big question. Will he stay or will he go? Let's just enjoy what we've got, because 2 hours from now, the Phoenix Suns will take the court at the Staples Center against the Los Angeles Clippers. Very, very much looking forward to that. We've got to take a moment. We are 1 hour. We got 2 to go. Many more things to talk about. Still trying to talk some NBA beyond just the Phoenix Suns. We got some NFL, some Major League Baseball too. So keep it right here, kids. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports.
This is Dale Hellestrey from my friends at Constructors Bonding. If you need bonds, you can put your trust in Arizona's industry leader for the best service, rates, terms, and capacity anywhere. Constructors Bonding is the #1 writer with 14 sureties and will improve your bond program. Call Dave McKee today to learn how Constructors Bonding will perform for you. 602-432-5929. That's 602-432-5929, or visit cbialliance.com.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100+ degrees. 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer, and your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment, and they're A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com. Harmon Solar is an REC certified solar professional.
Get more out of summer when you get more from the Home Depot and trusted brands like Behr Paint. Beat the summer heat by taking on a paint project indoors, and keep things cool with 4th of July savings on paint and all the supplies you need. We're making sure now is the perfect time to give your home a refresh. How cool is that? 4th of July savings only from the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
And now a game of commercial chicken brought to you by Progressive, where we see how long Flo can go without talking about insurance. Ready? Go.
So the weather is just all over the place lately, right? One day it's hot, and the next day it's windy for a while. It's like, make up your mind already. Drivers who switch to Progressive could save big.
Okay, you win. We can't help but save customers money. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Hey guys, Jeffrey O'Brien here. And after hearing about all the success these other guys have had here at the radio station with Valley Medical Weight Loss, I finally joined in. And man, am I glad I did. I'm already seeing results. What's great about Valley Medical Weight Loss is how easy they make it to lose weight at any one of their 3 Valley locations. And they help you customize a plan that works for your lifestyle and, more importantly, your wallet. Get with them today and see what program works best for you. Mention Fanatic. You'll get your first week free. Check them out at valleymedicalweightloss.com.
Hey guys, it's Stephen McCollum from the Main Event here on 1580 The Fanatic. Coming up on Friday at 1 p.m., Game 3 has a lot of intrigue. How will CP3 do after his long layoff? Can the Suns stay hot, or do the Clippers steal one at the Staples Center? We'll have all the news on the show. Do we have another Game 7 in the NHL, or does Canada finally have a team in the final? So join me, Stephen McCollum, on the Main Event, Friday, 1 p.m. on 1580, 99.3 FM, The Fanatic.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Fallon Hills at 95.9 FM.
People settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We're joined by Keon Rose because Phil has been suspended for 3 days for violations of our company policy.
Yeah, sounds like you violated the HR girl, too.
Yeah, Speedo wearing, delay tampering, and he knocked up the HR lady. She's really surprising to a lot of us, I know. 888-368-1580. So thank you for being with us, Keon. And adding a voice of reason, I think. Objective. Yeah, because he's not a Laker fan. He's not a Clipper fan. He's a
Wizards fan.
Sorry, I was trying to say it without cracking up. I'm sorry.
They made the playoffs too.
Did they?
For a short time.
Yeah, I mean, he got bounced out by the Sixers, but yeah,
Was that a
they were there
Wait,
briefly.
that one game, right? The play-in? Was it a play-in game or was it an actual series?
They won the play-in game and then got to the actual series with the 76ers.
Oh,
and
I'm
then
sorry.
they lost in 5.
Yeah, I couldn't hear that happen over how awesome the Suns are. Sorry, I'm so sorry, Keon. I feel bad now.
I could barely hear it over over awesome the Suns are too.
Well, at least we get objective analysis and thoughts because Randy and I are huge Suns fans. So you start to wonder: Are we being homers? You know, are we too close to this? Maybe we are. So from the outside, Keon can look in, and if he knows what's good for you, agree with us. So and with an objective viewpoint.
Keon, do you think it's possible, or do you think it's more likely than not that the Suns will sweep the Clippers?
It is more likely than not that the Suns will sweep the Clippers. I'm not just saying that to agree or because I fear for my kneecaps, but because they are that good. They've been that good this entire season.
All right.
It's been a growing process, but they got to the playoffs. They've won 9 in a row now. I mean, they just seem to have gotten to the point where they've gelled, and this is a great squad. And you get back Chris Paul in the middle of a series.
Yeah.
Like there was a point, obviously, when Chris Paul, when we heard the news that he might have COVID, the best case scenario for us was, well, maybe it's a false positive and he comes back and plays for game 1. This is actually the best case scenario.
Mm-hmm.
They win 2 games without him and he's fresh and he's rested, and the 36-year-old legs, he's able to come back and do something.
See, the problem that I think that Jeffrey and I have is we want to believe that this team is that good, but we've seen the Suns over the years. We've lived through the heartbreaks. We've lived through the agony of watching this team progress into the playoffs. I know it was 11 years ago, but we watched them go through it and get, ousted out of what was supposed to be the greatest Suns team of all time. We watched how that failed, and we just don't want to see it again, I think. And that's why I don't know. I can't speak for Jeffrey.
We have trust issues.
Yeah. I just can't trust that this team is that good. I want to believe. Here's
the thing, though. I think they are that good, but it is hard to go undefeated in any kind of stretch in the playoffs because now you are playing against the other guys who beat everybody else.
Yeah.
So listen, as bad as it looks for the Clippers, it's not necessarily a bad team. This is a team that has been scrappy, has fought back from deficits, and in general, you got to give them respect. Okay, so to say that we can just keep going, and I want to, but if the Suns lose a game, it's going to be one of those things where they just had a bad night.
Well, I mean,
and everybody's allowed to have a bad night. It's been a while since they've had a bad night, since the Lakers, since they've had a bad night.
We know miracles happen. Hell, the Cardinals went to a Super Bowl and damn near won the thing. You know what I mean? We know miracles can happen. The Diamondbacks won a World Series against the Yankees. So I want to believe, and maybe we are watching history here. This undefeated playoff streak that they're in the middle of right now. I mean, what if they sweep away the Clippers and they go right to the NFL, the NBA Finals? Hell, put them in the NFL too, in the NBA Finals, and they have some sort of a historic playoff run, of consecutive wins. I don't know.
I think they'd have a shot against the Jaguars.
I mean, a lot of teams would have a shot against the Jaguars.
Wow, you guys are really. I mean, you're picking on my guy Gardner Minshew. Wow.
I mean, wait, we got breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Breaking news here on the Daily Blender.
Newsflash. This is breaking news.
According to Lost Toby, Arizona Diamondbacks are now officially eliminated from the Little League World Series.
Yeah.
More news as we get.
I lost Toby. You're so damn funny.
I'm not happy about it, but that actually wasn't bad. Come on. 888-368-1580. FedFan says, I agree with Randy. Little League baseball rocks. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, that weird kind of squirrel they have as their mascot out there for the Little League, that's a bit too much for me, but they got this little square, this squirrel that runs around out there, this mascot, whoever that person is, they got to be hydrating all the time because Williamsport, Pennsylvania, this time of year, okay, you're never dry. You're always wet. The humidity is like 100%. with 100% chance of rain and 100% it's going to be hot, 90 or more outside in Williamsport, Pennsylvania during this time of year.
Hey, by the way, what's the weather today, Randy? I was kidding because it seems like it's really hot right now.
It is. We're returning back to what we had here in the past from just getting out of the frying pan. We got a reprieve with those showers that came through. Currently 100 degrees here in downtown Scottsdale. It's 102 for the high tomorrow, 106, 108 throughout the weekend. Sunshine. Got some clouds moving in and a cooling trend. Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday of next week, it'll actually dip below 100 degrees. So we'll have to keep our eyeballs on that. But it's 23% humidity, and there's still a 10% chance of showers. Remember, we're in the monsoon season, ladies and gentlemen. Be careful out there. And if you get into a dust storm, pull over, turn off your lights, get out of the car, and scream like hell.
Yeah, that's the last part I'm not sure about. But yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you, Randy.
Yeah.
By the way, Keon, so you understand how this works.
Yeah.
In the summer in Arizona, it's hot. And to give you an idea how hot, we had some wildfires all over the East Valley, like on the other side of the East Valley, that is. And the smoke from those fires, it created a little bit of a blockage of the sun and actually helped lower our temperature. So you understand this, Keon, how hot it gets here. That we had to set the state on fire to cool it down. That's how hot it gets here. But thank God for air conditioning in the car and in the house and in the where you work and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I've gone through summers and not even noticed it. My electric bill did,
yeah,
but I didn't.
Yeah,
So,
I'm glad I gave up my career in roofing back when I was a young man.
Oof.
And
Oh
I
my
decided to
God.
go the journey of radio.
That sounds horrible. No, I mean the radio part. Uklamak says, yes, Randy. Randy Moss, when was he a Viking? He got a ticket, told the cop straight cash, homie. Oh, that's really a true story. Huh?
Randy Mouse.
Hefty lefty
It's on
says.
camera, I think. You can find the video.
Why did he say straight cash, homie? What does that even mean?
He's going to pay in straight
He's
cash.
just going to
homie.
pay it.
Yeah.
Okay. Hefty Lefty says, speaking of ex-Bumblebee players, how fast do you think the Castro gets picked up?
What?
Oh, the Steelers, their guard,
Yeah,
the Castro got they released
him for financial reasons, or is there something else going on there? Because that just happened this afternoon.
Yeah, I didn't get to dig all the way into the story just yet, but I'm not exactly sure that he seems like a good part of their offensive line, though. So that just seems like
something going on.
Something's off there, and they already lost Alejandro Villanueva. He went to the Ravens in free agency. So I don't know what's going to happen to the Steelers' offensive line next year. It's not going to be good, though.
Mr. Pringle says, what advice would Dusty Rhodes give to Little League players who are going into the World Series?
Well, listen, the American Dream's got a lot of respect and joy and admiration for the Little League players of this great world of ours. And I would just say, when you get out on the field, have fun. Hey, this is supposed to be a game of fun and joy and have fun, and grab a couple of those cardboard boxes when you're not playing. Get out there in Williamsport, out there, whatever field you're on, either the volunteer field or the Little League World Series field. Hey, get out there on that grass and start doing them sleds down on the grass there with your cardboard. That looked like a heap of fun if the American Dream could. I would be out there amongst you, having lots of fun on the cardboard box. But enjoy this trip of a lifetime. Your parents paid so much for you to be there. Believe me, they paid a hell of a bunch of money. Enjoy yourself while you're there for all the memories that you have. The American Dream, I'm out.
Yeah, and the other reason he won't be there is because he's dead. 888-368-1580. Lost Toby, thank you for that. Nick Whiskers says, I knew a guy who used to give the sticky substances to Little League pitchers.
Excuse me?
He won't get out of prison until 2065.
Wow,
that was dark and horrible.
Yeah.
Large Marge says, come on, guys, 9 in a row. Got to say it, even if he's not there. Shut up, Phil. Enjoy your island, little buddy.
Yeah.
Booger Wolf says, what up, Jeffco? Rando, and no, he's not here today, Booger Wolf, but that's Keon joining us right now. Says, go Suns, baby. Don't call me baby. Senior Wake and Bake says 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? Not Phil, because he's not there.
Even in absence, he's getting his brains beat in, isn't he?
Big George says, I think if the Coyotes ever win the Stanley Cup Finals, we need Al Michaels doing the calls so he can say,
"Do you believe in miracles?"
Yes. Cabana says Chris Paul lives in LA and he got pulled over on the way to tonight's game. He was speeding and had some of LeBron's weed on him. Yep, he's going to miss a few games.
Wow.
Did you just make that up out of your own head, Cabana?
Yeah.
Fish Tank.
Alex Caruso, the Los Angeles Laker, he got arrested for marijuana possession in Texas of all places.
Yeah.
You left California and went to Texas to get arrested for marijuana possession. Okay. Yeah.
There's not a whole lot of states you can go to get arrested for marijuana possession anymore. And he just picked I mean, I don't know. That fellow he strikes me as weird. You know, he does. He looks like the baby from the Rugrats running around out there with the Tommy
a really
Pickles.
long body. It is odd. It is odd. I'll give you that.
Yeah, and then now we know why he smokes weed. Teriyaki says, lest we forget, the Clippers were down 0-2 to the Mavs, came back to win. With that said, though, Suns in 4. Thank you, Teriyaki.
Okay.
Blissful Hay says, is Kyler Murray the sponsor of the Little World League World Series?
There you go. There's your whistle. Mm-hmm. How's that taste?
Jet says, where's Filthy Phil today? Did he go to LA, to watch a different team? No, he's been suspended. We've talked about this earlier. I'm not going to keep going over and over about it. He was suspended three games, and he won't be back till Tuesday.
Yeah.
Against the Spread says, Randy, let me coach you up. 100% humidity means it's raining.
Yeah.
The closer the temperature gets to the dew point, the more humid it is outside.
All right.
Once the temperature hits the dew point, it rains.
Yeah.
Oh, against the spread.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't have done that.
Well, thanks against the spread. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you for that input.
Wow, you're letting him off the hook pretty easy there, Randy.
Yeah, I am. Listen, I don't know everything. Just most everything.
Kiss the Cook says, Keon, yes, a clear mind and a sound body. Well, first off, how do you know anything about his body?
I mean, I'll accept the presumption. I just
have you posed in some magazines or something we don't know about, Keon?
Look, I didn't mean.
Has there been a staple near your navel? If you know what I'm saying. I don't want the proof, just an answer. I don't need to see it.
Some side work. You just got to do what you got to do.
Keon side hustle.
Man's got to eat. I get you. All right. He says, no Speedo talk. He has a real girlfriend, an objective opinion, and doesn't stare at major league pitchers' junk. What? I don't remember Phil doing that.
Oh, yeah.
I also don't do that, but I don't think that was something that anyone had accused Phil of doing before.
Oh, yes, they have. Yes. He was talking just the other day about jock straps and cuffs.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. No, that's fair. Navy Brad says, the straight cash homie is a line Randy Moss used when he asked how he's going to pay his fine. Oh, okay. Well, now it makes more sense.
Randy Mouse.
Dick Whiskers says, I want to know what Dusty Rhodes would have done if Boogie Cousins dared put his hands on him. Oh, he would have picked him up over his head and thrown him into 4th, 5th row. Yeah. That would have been
and that would have been going easy on the boy too.
Or he gave him a very uncomfortable hug. It could go either way. Heavy Metal Maniac says, I like Phil's replacement. Suspend him a couple more games for not getting his tattoo in a timely manner. Well, he did get the tattoo, by the way.
Yeah,
he did get it. I got a picture of it. I got to post it up. Booger Wolf says, I know where Phil is at, dudes. There's a sun-dried desert turd with coyote fur all over it. Looks just like him.
Wow.
Bruno Baller says, wow, should Randy keep his chief meteorologist title, or should we just call him the guy who does the weather?
Wow.
See, that's you guys back off. Randy is the chief meteorologist for a reason, because he's declared himself so. And you need to respect that, Yeah, he's got a piece of paper on his wall.
That's right.
That a listener gave him that says he's the chief
Maybe it was a
meteorologist.
listener, but no.
Do you?
I don't think so.
No, you don't. So get off.
If I say 100% humidity, by God, that's what I mean.
Yeah. Get off of Randy's junk. All right. Step back, Jack. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, get off my junk.
Ooh. Yeah. Keon, just stay off of Randy's junk. Okay.
I'd never plan on going anywhere near
it. Just advice in case you need it, in case you don't. Might want to write that down.
I appreciate the heads up, though. That is, you care. That's really what this is.
Yeah. I'm trying to help you. Help me help you. Baker's Cocky Hen says Keon looks like he's in better shape than Trent Richardson. Yeah, Keon does look like he's in pretty good shape. How tall are you, Keon? I'm curious.
5'11".
Oh, okay. All right. So I don't have to look up to you like remember Kaler, 6'5" dude with a giant head, Randy?
I remember him, but we never met him officially in person.
That's true. He was
always down
COVID
here,
man. Here's the thing on Kaler. He was a super nice guy. We liked him quite a bit, and he had a giant head, and it filled the screen.
Well, I mean, you said he had a giant head. I cannot.
No, he
confirm.
Did.
Because he was a big dude. He was, what did he say he was? 6'5"? Yeah.
No, look, trust me, I can tell.
I assume people who are tall have big heads. My brother's 6'4". He has a giant head.
Well,
so
I
just assume that's the way it goes.
I'm sure your brother is proportional. Kaler had a bobblehead thing going, and he admitted it. He knew that's what was going on there. So, but every time he texts in, we just berate him for quitting.
Yeah.
So that's what we do.
He's quitter Kaler now.
Yeah. Anyway, probably unfair how I attack him when he does text in, but I can't help myself. Navy Brad says, how's Jerry Jones going to sound when his team only wins 4 games this season? You won't hear it. I'm going to take my boat out. I'm going to go out in the ocean. I'm going to drown my tears with all the hookers and strippers I can get on that boat. I'm Crazy Jerry, and I'm unhappy. Woo, we're going to win all the games. Shut up, Navy Brad. I'm going to sink your battleship. Prison Wallet says, didn't think you could get sexual reassignment surgery in just 2 days.
Wow.
Now, come on, not easy with that. No, again, the reason that Phil was suspended was tampering with the profanity delay, showing up in a Speedo.
Yeah, tampering with the HR girl.
He knocked up the HR lady, which really surprised a lot of us. The Jet says, we should call Randy Brick when he does the weather, just like Ron Burgundy's best friend, Anchorman, Brick.
Oh, yeah. Really loud noises.
Yeah, I don't know why everybody's attacking Randy in his weather today.
Well, I don't know. I just try to bring
Phil's not there. They don't know where to direct it.
I think that's what it is. It's undirected hostility, and you know what? I've got broad shoulders. I'll take it.
And Randy's never told any of us that he loves Lamp. So what do you know?
Yeah,
we have yet to have that conversation.
That's right.
Floppy Bumper says Phil got suspended 3 days. Oh, he must be sad. Probably crying himself to sleep on his phallus-shaped pillow. That's got to be text of the day right there. Floppy Bumper, nicely done. Oh my God. Bruno Baller says, I stand corrected. I will never question Randy's chief meteorologist title ever again.
Thank you.
All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, can we just talk about the Hawks and the Bucks for a minute? I've been trying to do this for an hour and a half. Okay, it's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Lowe's wants you to bring the whole family back together this July 4th. We have new lower prices on select bag mulch starting at $2.88 a bag. And add some sizzle with $50 off select Weber Genesis gas grills. Make this holiday one worth remembering. The summer savings continue this July 4th. So stop by Lowe's in-store or online. Lowe's, home to any budget, home to any possibility. While supplies last, selection and product availability vary by location. Valid 6/24 through 7/7. U.S. only. Mulch offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
This is Aaron Warby, owner of Online Trading Academy here in Arizona. Right now, we're seeing stock market highs in the face of economic lows. Election cycles are notorious for causing instability in the stock market. That's why we just finished developing our newest complimentary workshop, Protection from the Election. This 3-hour class will explore the strategies professional traders use to protect themselves against market downturns while allowing them to also profit from surging markets. Take control of your portfolio in these uncertain times. Register for this powerful workshop offered in Scottsdale, Chandler, and Peoria by calling 844-877-2337 or by texting the letters OTA to 31996. Space is limited and all COVID safety measures will be followed. Again, that is 844-877-2337 or text OTA to 31996.
Thank goodness it seems like the worst is over, but is your business back to pre-COVID numbers? Hi, Bruce Jacobs here to invite you to take advantage of a great opportunity to promote that you are open and ready to serve with our affordable Open for Business advertising package. You'll only spend hundreds but reach thousands of potential new customers. Just go to 1580thefanatic.com, click the link for the Open for Business package. This offer will not last long. The Open for Business package on 1580 The Fanatic. Now let's all get back to business.
Being in the Army National Guard is about more than serving your country. It's about being there for your community when your neighbors need you most. The Army National Guard makes college affordable, and serving part-time can help you graduate debt-free. Do you want to stay close to friends and family? The Guard allows you to serve close to home. Serving part-time in the Army National Guard lets you have the life you want. Learn more by visiting nationalguard.com.
Sponsored by the Arizona Army National Guard, aired by the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. This Action Update is brought to you by Keeps. Tired of losing your hair? Get 50% off for your first order at keeps.com/vsin. Keeps.com/vsin.
Game 3 tonight between the Suns and Clippers. As of Wednesday, the line still at -1 in favor of the Suns, who lead the series 2-0 after winning the first two at home. The over-under for Game 3 at 219.5. Stanley Cup semifinals Game 6, the Golden Knights at the Canadiens. Montreal a chance to advance to the finals with a win. They lead the series 3-2. They'll have to do it as the underdog, +125 on the money line. Vegas at -145, the over-under 5. The latest World Series odds updated on Wednesday. The Dodgers still the favorite to repeat at +340. Followed by the White Sox at +675, Padres at +700, Astros +800, Mets +900. For vsin.com, I'm Trey Westerberg, the Fanatic.
Your exclusive home for the NFL and Super Bowl 56. Super Bowl 56. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. We're also your home for NASCAR and motor racing. I'll tell you what, this weekend we don't have one race. We got two, one on Saturday and Sunday. Randy, of course, a host of the Race Setup with Randy White. He can tell us all about it. And why don't you just give us the Reader's Digest version of what's going on?
We're going to talk about it on the Race Setup Friday night, 6 o'clock. Two races. They call it the Pocono Double. It's happening in Pocono, Pennsylvania. Very unique racetrack. It's triangular shaped, so it's not an oval, and it's not a quad oval. It just has 3 turns. The 3 turns are very unique. The straightaways are also very unique. And we will talk about it Friday night, 6 o'clock. 2 races back to back, Saturday and Sunday. I believe start time both days 11:30 here on the Fanatic.
11. The broadcast starts at 11 on Saturday, 11:30 on Sunday.
Okay, there we go.
So I do have a question,
All right.
and I know,
All right.
and I can see by the look in your face, you do not want me to talk to you about this.
Jeffrey O'Brien, go ahead.
He hates when I ask questions about NASCAR stuff.
I hate your ridiculous visionary thoughts about racetracks. Like the Geico 400, you said they should release 400 Geicos on the track, geckos on the track, and let them run around.
Why not? I mean, listen, you just tag them and then you listen. I bygones on that. Okay, I actually have a serious question.
All right.
So racing in this triangle, so of course it's not a hard corner, it's sort of a rounded corner on the
that's
triangle.
correct. Yes, that's
like
correct.
that one useless partridge on the Partridge Family playing the triangle. Ding ding. It's like that kind of triangle.
Now leave her alone.
Rounded.
That was the little girl. She was.
She
leave her
was
alone.
horrible. She didn't have rhythm.
She had to have a place, man.
She was the mailman's kid because the rest of the damn family had rhythm. Randy.
Oh,
okay,
The
Mrs.
milkman
Partridge
cometh.
was up to something. Yeah, and I'm not so sure she was a widow. You know what I'm saying? I think there was a murder mystery there somewhere.
Okay.
Anyway, back to the triangle, right? So the Pocono race on that rounded triangle thing there.
Yes.
So serious question. does this eat up tires more? Because it seems like even if it is a rounded corner, it's going to be more of a corner than those cars are used to doing. And is that something that's going to start to tear down the tires quicker?
Well, yeah, I mean, and the surface at the racetrack is a very old surface, so tires definitely will be part of the strategy. These guys will have usually 12 sets of tires, either 12 or 15. I can't remember which for NASCAR Cup teams. So yeah, absolutely. Anytime you go out, you pull into the pit, you're going to want some fresh tires on the car.
So were you surprised at how thoughtful and actually good of a question I just came up with about NASCAR?
That was a wonderful question. Yes, Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Very, very thoughtful.
Thank you.
I'm very surprised and somewhat proud of that question.
It's mostly because I can't figure out any jokes about the word Poconos.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm working on it. So far, nothing.
Well, let me give you a little more. It's actually in a town called Long Pond, Pennsylvania.
Long Pond?
Yeah.
Hey, you dumb rednecks. Don't you know that's a river? Come, Long Pond.
Damn. And there it is. There it is.
Booger Wolf says, you guys know why the Broncos cheerleaders are banned from doing the splits? They kept pulling up chunks of AstroTurf every time they stood up. Go Suns. Hey,
wow.
Booger Wolf, Phil's not here to hear that. So
Yeah.
you kind of
Save those.
That was a good line, and you just kind of wasted it right
Because
there.
every time they go down, they bring up the turf.
You can take that a couple different ways. President Wallet says, I think the fourth dimension needs profit sharing.
You do.
The hell? What? Well, yes. I'll tell you what. You can all have some profit sharing of 0%. Enjoy. Big George says Randy does a fine job with the weather, people. I support him 110%.
Oh, thanks, Big
Even
George.
Iris Hermosillo has recognized him as an official meteorologist.
That's true statement. Thank you very much, George. I humbly accept your compliment.
Dick Whiskers says, you know what? I think I like Trey Young. Seems like a good kid, but am I crazy, or does he not have kind of has that super punchable face though, doesn't he? If you are a fan of the other team, yes. I could see that being a super punchable face.
Yeah, in this area over in the part of the world where I am, everybody's in love with Trey Young. If you can't talk about his face, you can't talk about how punchable his face is.
Can we talk about his hair?
Well, everyone talks about his hair. It's confusing. What's going on
there? Right? Yeah.
It's just is like, did his barber try to fade it at the sides and it just didn't work, or I don't know. It's kind of a nest.
Can I tell you what that is? I'll tell you what that style is.
Kind of a nest.
So Randy and I, we've had a mess of kids, not together, separately.
Yeah.
And Trey Young's head looks like, Randy, you remember when you'd be driving around there and and the kid would be in the back seat, and even with the air conditioning on, they fall asleep.
They get sweaty head.
And they get a sweaty head.
Yeah.
And that's what Trey Young has. He has baby sweaty head. That's
like all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
never,
look.
Even after the games, it's still like that. Before the games, it's like that.
Should take
It's
him
just
aside and say,
unbelievable.
well, let's shave that thing down. Maybe start over. See what happens.
Just give it a second shot.
I am going to. Maybe that's just still his baby hair. Maybe he hasn't. I don't know.
He just never left it behind.
See, that's it right there. That is a remarkable observation, because you said it may be his adult hair. Maybe it's just baby hair. It looks like baby hair, doesn't it?
Maybe it's just really slow in growing hair.
Wow.
So you got sweaty baby hair. Because that's his baby hair.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I wonder if we're going to, get to look into that even more. Are we going to play the Hawks, or are we going to play the Bucks? So who's going to win that series, Keon, between the Hawks and the Bucks? Seemed like they were pretty evenly matched last night. Right up to the end. So do we have a bead on which team is going to be the better team?
I'm less sure about this series. I liked the Bucks to win this series. Because you don't have any of the problems that the other teams that the Hawks have played. The Hawks played the Knicks, but the Knicks don't really have a great scorer. Then you play the Sixers, and Ben Simmons simply won't shoot. You don't have any problems like that on the Bucks, and the Bucks actually played better for 3 quarters. But there's just something about the Hawks that if you let them hang around and you roll into the fourth quarter with that team and they're close, they can beat anybody in the fourth. And so that's what makes this series really hard to gauge. I'm still going to go Bucks, but I'm not sure.
Here's how you beat the Hawks each time. You let them go up 28-3. And then, because it's Atlanta, 888.
Wow. It is Atlanta, but this team feels different from the rest of those Atlanta teams. I don't know why. Maybe because they're actually confident, but this is not the typical Atlanta collapse scenario that's coming for this team.
It'll be interesting to find out. Dick Whiskers says, baby sweaty head. Yep, that's how I'm going to refer to Trae Young from now on.
Wow.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Fish Tank says, good thing Trae Young is athletic because he is one ugly mother.
Well, I don't think he's ugly. I just think his hair is very unique.
Yeah, I just think he has odd hair.
And then and he did that one commercial. He's done one commercial that I've seen where he's walking in, he's trying to look all cool. He's in the SUV, gets out, he walks into the arena. You know, the security guard sees him, passes him on. He's got his sunglasses on. He walks out in the arena. So you're thinking there's something cool going to happen here. And it's a damn Disney commercial. And he's got some sort of an animal strapped around his waist as a belt because of a damn Disney movie that's playing on the Jumbotron there in the arena. And I'm like, Trae Young, you're not helping yourself. You know, go get an Old Spice commercial. Hey, go do like a four-wheeler or something, you know.
Randy, how much do you think
not a Disney commercial, man?
I don't think he's got a choice. When you got baby sweaty head, you're not going to get the manly stuff. You're going to get the child stuff because he looks like
Hey,
the
go
kid
to
you
Dos
may have even
Equis
forgotten
beer.
the back seat for a
You
while.
know, be the most interesting man on the basketball court. You know, yeah, get away from the Disney stuff with your baby sweaty head.
There's another good texter nickname right there, baby sweaty head. Fed fan says, it looks like Trae has fine baby hair, fine hair there. I have fine hair, but I'm lucky enough to have a lot of it, lots of fine hair. Otherwise, I could relate. But boy, that is one ugly mess of hair right there. Good Lord. Even she's
I
going
kind of
after
agree
it.
with what she's saying. It's not just that the hair is the way that it is. He just doesn't have a lot of it either.
Yeah.
So you just kind of see through it.
Can we get him a stylist?
It's borderline translucent, which is weird for hair.
Yeah.
I'd really like to help him out
Baby hair.
if we could.
He's got that baby hair.
I feel bad for him now. Daylight Drew says, go Suns and pour me a tequila shot and a cold cerveza, please. Yes, let's enjoy that game tonight. I'll tell you what, I'm glad I'm already home because we really, Randy, let's make an agreement here.
Okay.
When we can,
yes,
because when Filthy Phil is done with his suspension there or whoever replaces him.
All right.
We should just stay home on game days.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We should do our show from our houses. So then we just walk right because they keep doing that 6 p.m. Tip off for these games.
Yeah, well, they're two
used to be
West Coast
7.
teams, man.
I know, but nobody gave a crap before. Now all of a sudden they got to start the games early so the jackasses in the East Coast, sorry, Keon, can watch the game.
Boy, well, if what are you talking about? I mean, 6 o'clock. What do you want them to start at?
7.
Oh, I see.
So I can drive home from the radio station.
I see.
Come on, man. I guess 6 is enough time for anybody who gets off work at 5. Really, though.
I'm in on our new pact, our game day pact. Working from home. I like that idea.
Yeah, well, you just like that so you can day drink.
Well,
but whatever works.
I
right?
mean, there's that too. But
hey, Keon. Nobody's paying attention. You day drink?
I don't drink that much to begin with, so I don't really
geek.
Didn't we already have this conversation?
I don't remember everything people say,
That's
Randy.
because you day drink.
Well, I bet Baby Sweaty Head day drinks. I bet he does. All right. So there was something I was going to say. I don't remember what it was going to be here.
Wonder what it was.
We're talking about the Atlanta Hawks and the Bucks.
Yeah.
And who we thought was going to win that series. Keon basically threw his hands up and says, I don't know.
I'm going to go Bucks. That's what I picked at the start of the series. I still think they're the better team when I look at them on paper. And, Chris Middleton had a bad game, which he's going to because he's Chris Middleton. He has like 2 bad games a series. Yeah. But the Bucks are on paper the better team. But if they're going to let the Hawks hang around and be close in the fourth quarter, they're going to make it really hard to decide who's going to win this series.
So who do the Suns want to meet in the finals? Is it the Hawks? Is it the Bucks? And do either of those teams present too scary a problem for the Phoenix Suns?
I don't think that either of those teams present too scary a challenge, just because of the 4 teams left in the playoffs, the toughest team that's left is actually the Clippers. for the Suns to face. So like, I would say you probably want the Hawks just because of their size. They're smaller. You can kind of push them around. And for most of the game, the Hawks aren't great defensively, but in the fourth quarter, they can lock it down. But they're as young as the Suns are in a lot of ways, but they don't have that Chris Paul steadying force. That's a veteran that knows how to finish things. So I'd give the Suns the edge there.
So basically what Keon is saying, the Suns are going to be the 2021 NBA World Champions.
I mean, I think so. I mean, when they swept and advanced, they made a believer out of me in terms of how they handled their business. They can absolutely close people out, and that is what you need to do in the playoffs.
So, all right. So with the Phoenix Suns, you being an outsider, objective watching and all that, what is there about the Suns you don't like? What is something about the Suns you're like, they really got to take care of that if they really want to make sure it all goes according to plan? What are they doing that you don't like?
Oh man, that's pretty tough because I like just about everything that they're doing right now. Maybe something that they do that I don't like. They do sometimes let teams back into games. You know, they did have a couple of games against the Lakers, for instance, where they were up big and let the Lakers back into the game when really if they had kept their foot on the gas the whole way through, especially that last game of the series that they were playing, the Lakers did a really good job of coming back in that game. That could be dangerous against the wrong team that has that never quit mentality. But that's maybe something I don't like. But right now, the Suns are just a well-rounded team. And that's what makes them scary is that they can shoot. They're not the greatest shooting team, but they're a really good shooting team. They move the ball well in transition. They don't really turn the ball over. Cameron Payne didn't turn the ball over. Chris Paul never turns it over. So this is a team that
Booker does.
It's hard to find. Devin Booker does turn the ball over. But you know what? When you have a guy shooting at that high a volume, he's the one guy you're going to allow to do it.
Gotcha. So the over-under tonight, 221.5. And listen, that's a good guess. But the last time these two teams played, ended up being 207. So they went on the under. They were over on the first game. And the over-under has continually been 220, 221. So what do you think? Over or under, Randy? 221.5 tonight.
I tend to believe this game is going to be much lower scoring and more defense. So I'm going to go with the under.
How about you, Keon? Is Chris Paul going to come back and add more offense to push the over?
He's going to probably add more offense, but I think defensively, both teams are going to lock down overall. I would still take the under on that just because of the further you go on in a series, you will be stepping up things more and more defensively as you figure out the other team, and it's going to be harder to score and it's going to be more of a grind. I'm going to take the under.
Okay, so I have been wrong every time on the over-under.
Then take the over. Take the over.
I took the over on the last game. I took the under on the first game. So I'm taking the under now because the over will give us a much more interesting game, I think.
All right.
I wouldn't even been mad if that game the other night had gone to overtime. That would have been better than losing. That's what I thought. But all right, we got to take a break. We got a lot more text on the text line talking about your Phoenix Suns, and I got some questions about Boogie, not Boogie from the text line, but
Boogie Cousins.
Boogie Cousins and that post-game technical foul. Come on back, kids. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Everybody, Mark Asher, about to tell you about my friends at Valley Medical Weight Loss. I love this company. I've used them. I have friends that have used them. A ton of weight has been lost in a quick amount of time, and the right way. That's the important part. Look, they have 3 Valley locations, Tempe, Glendale, and Phoenix. So one is close to you, and they've been doing this for well over a decade. And right now you can get your first week, $31.95, absolutely free. Just mention Money Radio or mention The Fanatic, and it is on them. 602-441-3305 or valleymedicalweightloss.com.
Get more out of summer when you get more from the Home Depot and trusted brands like Behr Paint. Beat the summer heat by taking on a paint project indoors and keep things cool with 4th of July savings on paint and all the supplies you need. We're making sure now is the perfect time to give your home a refresh. How cool is that? 4th of July savings, only from the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
These last few months have reinforced just how unpredictable the world is increasingly becoming. Right now, we're seeing market highs in the face of economic lows. Professional investors are wisely positioning their portfolios to protect against possible market downturns while still benefiting from the current bull market. So should you. Register for Online Trading Academy's complimentary 3-hour class, Protection from the Election. This new class will explore strategies to protect wealth from instability and capture profits during both bull and bear cycles. Call 844-877-2337 to reserve your complimentary seat in Protection from the Election. Space is limited and all COVID safety measures will be followed. Classes are available in Scottsdale, Chandler, or Peoria. Call 844-877-2337 or text OTA to 31996. Again, call 844-877-2337 or text OTA to 31996.
Shane O'Grady here with Life Changer Loan, and you've probably just refinanced into that new low rate. But have you really done the math? Have you really multiplied your monthly mortgage payment times the amount of payments you have left? Ugh. Let that number sink in for a minute. Luckily, there is a better way. Our clients pay off their mortgages in well under 10 years without changing a dime of their spending habit. It's not magic, it's just math. So check us out at lifechangerloan.com. That's lifechangerloan.com.
Arizona Mortgage Broker number MB1002031, NMLS number 1863775. Life Changer Loan Corp is an equal housing lender.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. I'm a better neighbor because my service has taught me how important it is to be a team player. My training helps me in my classes when I give attention to detail to the task at hand. My service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my country safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time by visiting NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the Arizona Army National Guard, aired by the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Live and local.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. In the last 5 games, the Phoenix Suns have been nearly 120 every single game. I think it averages out to at least that because June 14th, 118 points. Next game, 119. Next game, 131. Next game, 120. It was just this last game, the first time they were under more than 110 with 104 points against the Clippers in a pretty damn tough game right there. So I guess that's sort of what makes me say, I think it'd be the over. But to help keep the superstitious streak alive, I'll take the under just to see the Suns kick a little ass. Because I think if there is an over in that over under of 221, it's going to look that way because the Suns are completely blowing out the Clippers.
I don't know what Keon thinks about this, but I'll tell you, this is it for the Clippers. They have to come out and they have to win this game if they want any chance at all. Because if they lose this game at home, Chris Paul and the team are going to put their foot squarely on their throat and end this thing in Game 4. So that's why I think this is going to be a lower scoring game, a more grinded out game for the Phoenix Suns. They've already shown they can come back and win. They've already shown they can hit the clutch shot. So LA is I think in panic mode at this point, realizing the heaviness of this game tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a tough game for them, and they don't have Kawhi Leonard, and you can see what that's caused them to do is they ramp things up defensively. They play aggressively, especially Patrick Beverley, who simply does not care about his body or your body or anything.
I don't know if that's fair. I don't think he intentionally hurt anybody. There is like 3 different times where he was like, blam. He's like, oh my God, what am I doing? You could tell he's like, he doesn't want to be that villain. It's just, he was, he was being aggressive and he let it get away from himself.
I don't think Patrick Beverley is trying to hurt anybody on purpose. Patrick Beverley just doesn't play with regard for human life. And that is because Patrick Beverley began his career in Russia. And you can tell the way that he plays, he doesn't ever want to go back to Russia again. Like he's trying to stay in America playing in the NBA, and every single possession looks like that. So I don't think he's trying to hurt anybody, but there's a desperation there that is beyond what your normal defensive stopper plays the game like. So he brings that intensity up for everybody too. So
Well,
that's why I think
explains
this is
a
going to be
lot.
a low-scoring game.
Yeah, it explains a lot because you see Patrick Beverly leaving the arena with a giant duffel bag full of all the toilet paper he could get. And old habits die hard, I guess. 888-368-1580. Swave Dave says maybe Trae Young already got a deal with Disney for an animated series called Baby Sweaty Head.
Wow.
That would be, I'd watch that. That used to be called the Rugrats, though, I think. Number one Rattlers fan says, remember when Bo and Luke would they'd go when they went to race in NASCAR?
Yeah.
Did they actually do that on the show?
No, I don't remember watching an episode of what was it called?
Dukes of Hazzard.
I don't remember watching an episode of that.
I never watched that either. it was ingrained in me to not really like redneck stuff, even when I was a kid. So.
Well, it's not because I don't like the redneck stuff. I just don't remember watching the show.
Yeah, bad TV is what I'd heard.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a gal you could look at, but that was about it. Swave Dave, thanks for that. Let's see. Lost Toby says, make sure you wrap it before you Pocono.
Yeah.
All right. Against the Spread says, Randy, just so you know, I was just trying to help. I think you're the best weatherman in the freaking universe.
Oh,
also,
thanks.
Suns and Force, not just a prediction. Damn it, that's a way of life.
Well, yeah, I'd have to agree with that against the spread. And I know you weren't picking on me. I know you were trying to help me out. And I'm one of those. I'm like a sponge, man. I absorb all the information and wisdom I can.
So when are you going to start like actually using it?
You just shut your ugly face, Jeffrey.
That was an aggressive response.
Shut your
I
ugly
feel triggered.
face. Yeah.
Swave Dave.
I've got a trigger for you.
Booger Wolf says, Phil don't get a day off from the Booger Wolf. Go Suns, baby. Twittiot says, whatever may happen in the playoffs, the Hawks are fun to watch. Is it because of the baby sweaty head, or is it just because they're a fun team to watch? I have really not watched a whole lot of their games.
No, it's just because they're a fun team to watch.
Yeah.
And actually, they're a fun team to watch for all of the same reasons that the Suns are a fun team to watch. They're young, they're scrappy, they really have good chemistry. And Trae Young, he put up 48 points last night. He is
amazing.
Absolutely a joy to watch. Yeah.
He has turned on the fire at just the right moments. And the problem is, it's just the one guy, right? And like you said, when his buddy there, Middleton, doesn't do well, and then that's the end of that, right?
Well, Middleton's with the Bucks, but Trae Young he's the main scorer, he's the main driver of that. But the role players on that team, like John Collins, is a young guy they drafted. John Collins gets every rebound that he's not supposed to get. I don't understand it, but he was between Giannis and PJ Tucker. He somehow came down with the rebound. That shouldn't happen. He's just fun to watch. And you've got Kevin Huerter, who looks like a young Rick Astley for some reason.
Never gonna give it up.
But he can play.
Clearly,
good team.
I was just testing you, Keon. I know that Ben Simmons plays with Trae Young. I know that. So just want you to know.
If Ben Simmons played with Trae Young, they'd be out of the playoffs.
Do you know something that we don't know, Jeffrey?
I don't know anything. Fed Fan says, cautionary tale, Jay Crowder has 5 technical fouls. Yeah, by the way, he got himself, not Jay Crowder, but Boogie Cousins got himself a technical foul post-game because he's shoving around Suns players because that's what he does.
Yeah.
And so they've given him a technical foul. So does that mean the Suns get to go right to the free throw line before the tip-off and shoot a couple? Or how does that work? Or does that just go towards his suspendedness possibility?
That just goes towards the suspended fouls.
How many?
There will be no free throw shooting until
that's BS.
There will at the beginning of the game. It's not going to happen.
That's BS. We should get those points.
Damn it.
So how many tees? Let's see how you use the lingo there, Randy. How many tees has Boogie been teed up on? How many has he got right now in this? And that's per series, right? Not per entire playoffs, is it?
It is actually for the entire playoffs.
I knew that. I was just testing you.
This is I think this is his only technical foul because Boogie comes off the bench and doesn't play that much.
Yeah, then it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The Jay Crowder 5 technical fouls, I guess that could matter. He gets one more, and you were going to lose Jay Crowder for a game, which means you're going to miss brick, 3, brick, 3, brick, 3, 3.
That's not all Jay Crowder does. He's
It
also
seems like it,
plays
man.
defense. And he's
He
very
does.
important.
Fair enough. Yes, he does.
And he is a kind of a heat check guy. So there are a lot of bricks, but sometimes there's just a nice run of swishes too.
Not that nice a run. I mean, I saw like 2 threes in a row is the most I've seen him do is in the entire playoffs. He's bricktastic, seriously. But you're right. He did frustrate LeBron on defense, and he's a guy. He has a little bit of the Draymond Green in him, the way he aggravates people when he's playing on defense. But I think the Suns could survive not having Jay Crowder around. Although you really got to credit the win with a lot of what he did, getting that ball up to the rim for DeAndre Ayton the other night. That was an amazing throw. But I think the Suns could be okay without Jay Crowder, right?
I mean, yeah, for a game or two. I mean, he's one of the important role players on the team. I don't think you want to go too many games without him. But if you missed a game without Jay Crowder, you'll be fine.
So here's a theory. Maybe they go after Jay Crowder, start to instigate, try to get a technical. Now, when he gets the technical, is he thrown out of that game immediately, or is he just suspended for the next one? It's the next one, right?
I believe he's suspended for the next one, yeah, because they're all added up after the game.
Well, I don't know. There might be some strategy to going after him and trying to get him tossed. So that's one less part, but of the Suns team. So the Suns might win tonight, but if Jay Crowder catches a technical in that, he's not in the next game. You almost want to thug him out. You want to get somebody to, mess with some bench player. I don't know, like Boogie Cousins. Start a little dust up, get a double technical foul on Jay Crowder, and then that's bye-bye for him. And it gives you a better shot in the next game.
I mean,
I'm sorry to give them an idea, but I don't think they listen to this silly shit.
Don't you think, though, that Monty Williams and CP3 are already ahead of that situation? They got to be talking to Jay Crowder, saying, "Dude, don't do anything stupid. Don't get a technical.
You tell him that all day.
Just walk away. Just walk away."
You know he can't do that. You watched him play enough.
Jay Crowder's a bit of a hothead.
Well,
I don't think. I think if you get into his face in any moment, he's not going to sit there and stand by.
But
especially actually if something happens to Devin Booker, that actually really makes Jay Crowder mad.
The last time I checked, these guys are playing for the Western Conference Championship. So, you got to think about the bigger picture here.
You would think that Devin Booker would have been thinking about that when he reached back and smacked back Patrick Beverly in the face as he's running at the end of a close game.
I was talking about Crowder, not Booker.
And when it comes to Crowder, I guarantee you're right, Randy. They both have said, all right, now, Jay, may I call you Jay? Gonna need you to be chill on this game tonight. No matter what happens, do not respond. Okay, use your inside voice. Get zen. Do what you need to do to not get that technical foul. And he's gonna say, "You're right. You know what, Coach? You know what, Booger? Devin? You know what, DeAndre? You know what, Chris? You're right. I'm going to be different. I'm going to be Jay Calmer in this game. You can count on me, Coach. You can count on me, guys." He's going to say that. The first person that looks at him wrong, and it's bye-bye Jay Crowder, because he can't help himself, and you know it.
I do think it helps that he spends a lot of his time guarding Paul George, and Paul George isn't that guy to like needle you.
Right.
If it were somebody else, I would definitely be more worried.
They're going to go after him. I can't tell you about the over-under. I can't tell you the final score prediction, but I will tell you this. The Clippers are going after Jay Crowder tonight to make sure he's not there. Saturday night? Saturday night's the next game, right? Or is it Sunday?
Well,
when is the next game?
Yeah, I think it is Saturday night.
Okay.
So they're off one and then they play again.
Right.
So, but listen, they can go after Jay Crowder all they want. Problem is the Clippers don't need to lose this game. They need to win this game. So if getting Jay Crowder out of the lineup is their focus, then I have a feeling that would be a focus on the wrong priority.
It's like a side plot. It's not the main plot, but they're going to be like, All right, who's the guy who hasn't really played at all? Bring me somebody whose name I don't know. Hey, you. We're gonna put you in for a couple minutes, and I want you to shove that
10 guys
dreadlock
on the
bastard
team.
around.
I don't
please.
know this guy. Where'd he come from?
Yeah, I mean, listen, Ralph Nader has been on the injury report for how long? I've never seen the man play. I've never seen him play. Fed fan says Draymond Green is a smart player, but being a hothead, that's what got him suspended game 5 in the championship game, cost the Warriors the entire championship. Yes, I remember that. And that's what I'm thinking about right now. I don't know that will cost the Suns a championship, but you know, I think it's going to happen. He can't go. I guarantee you, we go to the finals. He can't go. 5, 6, 7 more games without a technical foul.
Does this technical count, does it reset after this series? If the Suns move on?
If I'm not mistaken, I believe it's over the course of the playoffs.
So it's the whole playoffs then. Just like a regular season, it's whatever you amass during the playoffs.
Yeah.
I have another question. If he gets the suspension, how many more technicals before they get suspended again? What's the second tier on that?
I'll look that up for you. Get you on the other side.
Like Adam says, okay, well, if you get another technical, Adam Silver comes to your house and slaps your mom around. Is that what you want? Charlie Boy says, hey guys, I'm heading to the Suns arena. I'm going to watch the viewing party for game 3 tonight. Go Suns.
Go Suns.
That's awesome when fans do that. They go to the arena and they watch it on the screen together. That is actually pretty cool. I just hope that ticket's not too expensive because, you know. Anyways, we got to take a break. We'll have more on tonight's game and a bunch of other stuff too when we come back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports.
Everybody, Mark Asher, back to tell you about my friends at Valley Medical Weight Loss. I love this company. I've used them. I have friends who've used them. A ton of weight has been lost in a quick amount of time and the right way. That's the important part. Look, they have 3 Valley locations, Tempe, Glendale, and Phoenix. So one is close to you, and they've been doing this for well over a decade. And right now you can get your first week, $31.95, absolutely free. Just mention Money Radio or mention The Fanatic, and it is on them. 602-441-3305 or valleymedicalweightloss.com.
Hey, my name is Jonelle, and a little thing that I love about Chick-fil-A's new Lemon Kale Caesar salad is every tender, warm, juicy piece of grilled chicken. It's a Caesar salad, but it's different. You have the Parmesan breadcrumbs and the mixture of lemon with that romaine and kale. It's almost something I can't explain, but it'll make you want to sing. Lemon Kale Caesar.
Order the new Lemon Kale Caesar salad on the Chick-fil-A app today. Available for a limited time. Real guests paid for their testimonial.
NASCAR Championship Weekend returns to Phoenix Raceway November 5th through the 7th.
A wild season of unexpected will culminate in Phoenix with drivers putting it all on the line for their shot
And earning the title of NASCAR Cup Series champion.
featuring 4 championship races in 3 days.
Don't miss your chance to witness history from atop the grandstands as the action goes 5 wide into the iconic dog leg.
Or from up close with access to the fan-friendly infield experience.
Get your tickets to see the NASCAR Championship in person.
Go to PhoenixRaceway.com.
Hurry, tickets won't last much longer.
Thank goodness it seems like the worst is over, but is your business back to pre-COVID numbers? Hi, Bruce Jacobs here to invite you to take advantage of a great opportunity to promote that you are open and ready to serve. With our affordable Open for Business advertising package, you'll only spend hundreds but reach thousands of potential new customers. Just go to 1580thefanatic.com and click on the link for Open for Business package. This offer will not last long. The Open for Business package on 1580 The Fanatic. Now let's all get back to business.
Learn how thousands of smart homeowners are investing about $1 to avoid expensive home repair bills. John, a former non-customer, said, "My air conditioner broke and I had to spend $1,900 to fix it." Jeff, a customer, wrote, "My air conditioner broke and I got a new one at no out-of-pocket cost." Mary, a former non-customer, wrote, "My heating system stopped running. I had to spend $3,000 to get a new one." Lisa, a customer, wrote, "My heater stopped working. I got it fixed at no out-of-pocket cost." For about $1 a day, you can have all the major appliances and systems in your home guaranteed fixed or replaced with HSC's home warranty coverage. Call now, and the first month is free. If the lines are busy, please call back.
800-657-5714. 800-657-5714. 800-657-5714. That's 800-657-5714.
Live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale.
This is KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
Quiet, people, settle down. Because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside my heterosexual life partner, Randy White. We also have Keon Rose with us because Phil went and got himself suspended for 3 shows. Absolutely, just really disappointing. We didn't even know about it until we got the memo from Radio Ron that the following reasons why he was suspended. 1, for violating dress code by showing up in a Speedo. We told him that was inappropriate. He didn't listen. 2, for tampering with our delay equipment in there because he wanted to make sure that the Pina Colada song would get played every time because I kept hitting the dump button. And 3, just really, I'm waiting to hear the story on this. He knocked up the HR lady.
Wow. That one is still unbelievable to me. So
so whatever the case, he may or may not, but probably will be because, my dreams don't come true. He'll be back Tuesday.
Your dreams have been smashed.
Anyway, we don't ever fire anybody around here, do we? Okay, whatever. So Bruno Baller says wearing a Speedo to work. Well, he's lucky he only got 3 days. Listen, Radio Ron is a very kind man. So you really got to push the buttons to even get suspended.
That's true. That's a true statement.
Bruno Baller says, will there be more Laker fans at the Clippers game or more Dodgers at the Cubs game tonight?
Dodgers at the Cubs game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, always the Dodgers. There was more Dodgers at the ballpark when they played the Diamondbacks. So that's an easy one. And I also think that you're gonna have a bunch of damn Suns fans at the Clippers arena. Chief was talking about how cheap the tickets are. The tickets here in Phoenix are extremely expensive. And he looked online, he saw the tickets for seats to the Clippers game. Pretty low.
Wow.
Pretty low. And aren't they? So they're not locked down in California anymore. I heard they have eased restrictions. So I'm kind of surprised that the tickets are so.
Well, I think they've eased restrictions, but I don't think they're 100% back to up and running at full capacity yet.
Right. So whatever the case, I guess
I just still think it would be odd. You have a team that's never been to the Western Conference Finals before. I would think that'd be a more expensive ticket.
Yeah, well, it's the Clippers. So what do you want?
That's true.
Fighting Wampa says, happy late Father's Day to Phil. Congratulations on knocking up the HR lady.
Wow.
Just the Tip says, well, if Filthy really did impregnate the HR lady, one can only imagine what he'd do to Jen in accounting. I don't think that I don't think they've met.
Yeah.
Ukla says nobody wants the Crypt Keeper Silver coming up to their house, slapping their mama around.
Crypt Keeper.
Yeah. Yeah. Hefty Lefty says suspension on the 7th technical in the playoffs, and then every second technical after. We were talking about what happens if Jay Crowder, if he gets another technical, he will be suspended on the next game. Then when he comes back, according to Hefty Lefty, 2 more technicals, another suspension. And then he comes back, 2 more technicals, another suspension. So, that's one thing Jay Crowder's got to work really hard at is keeping himself in check on those keys. Kyle G says, if the Suns win tonight, can we have a Suns in 4 chant instead of beat LA for game 4? Feels like a better chant for this year's run. I hate to jinx those things. So if you beat the Clippers tonight, just stick with the beat LA. Just stick with that.
Yeah.
I don't like jinxing stuff like the morning show sitting there saying, hey, let's plan a parade. What the hell is wrong with you guys?
I mean, they've got here in the control room, Chiefs Domain. They have the parade route from when the Diamondbacks won the World Championship, though. So Bruce is feeling this is going to be the official route for the championship parade. That's going to happen. In his opinion, it will happen and it will happen on the, I believe, the 23rd of July.
How does Bruce have the route when he can't even use Google Maps?
Well, I mean, Chief got it for him. And here it is right here. If you can see it on the camera, that's it right there.
I get just a little blur over your shoulder there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I could.
Yeah, why don't you bring it up to the camera here so we can see what these
the,
geniuses
parade,
have come
this
up
is
with.
Parade route right here.
All
This
right,
is the
back off a little
Diamondbacks.
bit.
Back
off to the right, your left. There you go. Back in.
Yeah,
Zoom in. Hold on. That's no too much.
All right.
Wait, no, that's good. Right there.
Okay.
So that is the parade route that they have planned?
No, that's the parade route that the Diamondbacks apparently used.
So they just stole it.
Yeah, they found this. Bruce has been obsessing over what would the route be. I have to have the route because I want to be on the parade route committee. And he wants to be the grand marshal of the damn thing. And so he's calling it July 23rd. He wants to ride in a convertible ahead of the bus carrying the players.
Why does he feel like he should be the grand marshal?
Well, because he's the one that started this whole parade idea, and he is the one. He is the keeper of the parade route, and he's been feeling like he should talk to his old pal, the governor, and get this done. He needs to be the grand marshal and the chairman of the parade route.
I can't wait to see the fight between Mayor Gallegos and Cold Stone Creamery. What's the governor's name? What's his name?
The governor?
Yeah, what's his name?
Ducey.
Yeah, Dookie.
Governor Ducey.
Galapagos and Dookie fighting it out over this parade route later.
Yeah, and I think that this would be the governor, not the.
You don't have no control over the damn city streets. That's got to go through the mayor.
I think they will work in conjunction, and they will work.
Well, I know what
together.
he does. Here's what he does. He needs to get executive power like he did during COVID. And then not give it back for a long, long time.
I see. Okay.
And not answer any questions about it directly. Because that's
life's good when you're the governor.
I guess. Lame duck. Kyle G says Crowder just being the Suns' version of Rasheed Wallace. Get ejected, yell ball don't lie, and watch your team go on a 20-point run.
Yeah, it could be.
Good Cat says play Parade Bruce will be grand marshal for its parade for people with annoying voices. Good Cat, you really gotta I see you're forming good thoughts. They're just not coming out in good words. Just a Tip says, Randy, if I remember correctly, didn't Nolan Ryan use basically the same move on Robin Ventura that the Suns and 4 guy used on that Nuggets idiot?
Yeah, I think you're
Very
right.
similar.
Got him in a headlock and just started working on his face. You're exactly right. Yeah.
Heelman Mike says, I'm glad Phil's suspended and not taking off due to the trauma he may have suffered when I told someone to go spit on him. Well, I don't think you should be doing that, Heelman Mike. Whatever issues you have with Phil, let's be no more calls for spitting or physical violence, please. Baker's Cocky Hen says, California is still scared to go outside and buy it's the Clippers. So is it worth it? Yeah, I'm sure all the big celebrities will be there for attention. Maybe even future Governor Caitlin's going to be there to watch Booker tonight with Kendall. You know, future son-in-law.
I don't know. I don't know if you'll see many, if any. Are there celebrities tied to the Los Angeles Clippers, Keon? Can you think of any?
Billy
I'm
Crystal.
pretty sure Billy Crystal. Yeah.
He might be there. Okay.
He's the most famous one.
I think that's it.
I'm pretty sure that's it. I've seen Chris Rock at Clippers games, but I think he just likes basketball.
Yeah.
Flo from Progressive. I think that's about it.
She's in Los Angeles, is she?
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, remember our old co-host Eric used to be always like, anytime you see a woman with some money, he'd be like, I could suffer that. Just
I
have
could
a
suffer
sugar mama.
through that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thing is about Flo from Progressive. She's probably a millionaire now.
Oh, easy.
All those commercials that she's done.
Yeah.
She's been the face of Progressive for like a decade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you can, maybe not wear your glasses. She got money there. Yeah. Large Marge says, I was at the Diamondbacks parade. Remember the steam-powered fire trucks and Randy Johnson on the first with the trophy and a video camera?
Yeah.
We've waited long enough, damn it.
Yeah. I do remember that. Yes, I do.
Baker's Cocky Hens, thank you. Kiss the Cook says, can't believe I'm saying this, but go Phil. No, really. Go, Phil. Go, Phil.
Wow.
But anyways, unlike Ben Simmons, at least he was able to find the hole. What?
Excuse me?
888-368-1580. I think that was for the HR ladies.
Oh, okay.
Swave Dave says, "Ooh, I hope the Clippers don't try to sweep the leg, meaning pick on Booker's nose. That would set off Jay Crowder right there.
I don't think they're going to do that. And
he's going to wear the Phantom of the Opera mask.
I would imagine he's going to have the mask on. Yeah.
Ladies of the night. I don't know the song. I think I just sang about hookers, didn't I?
That's the phrase you said. Yes.
That was not on purpose. I just don't know the
And
song.
I don't think that's what that opera was about.
Well, my version would have been more popular, I think. Ladies of the night, Roxanne. Yeah, why not? You don't have to put on the red light.
It's the Phantom of the Opera, a Jeffrey O'Brien revised version.
Opens and closes in one night on Van Buren. Fed Fam says, would Flo and Chris Paul get into a rumble? You know, Progressive versus State Farm.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, she'd definitely be heckling.
Yeah,
but I think Chris Paul can take it. He gets heckled by people on the sidelines all the time, and I think that actually does him well. I mean, you've seen him taunting people sitting in the crowds after he's done some good stuff there. So. If Flo wants to jibber jabber, let her do the jibber jabber. I think we're ready.
Yeah.
Teriyaki says prediction: Morris leaves the game in handcuffs. Cousins jumps the escorting officers, and LAPD declares Suns in 4.
That could happen.
We should write that one down. It sounds plausible.
Wow.
Radio Ron says, okay, did Dale Hellestray stay late today, Randy? I just left the Fanatic executive washroom, and whoa, man. I don't like these allegations.
I believe Mr. Hellestray exited the building around 11 o'clock today.
No, then it was still him. Yeah, when
it stays around.
He just because
what is
COVID,
it, like a Chernobyl kind of deal where it's just the fallout is just there forever?
Right. We probably should encase it in concrete regularly, but here's what happens. Because of COVID, people aren't coming into the station anymore, right?
Yeah.
Like they used to. So it's just us guys. There's no women that work there anymore. Not on purpose. It's just the way it is. And so we've started to utilize the women's room as the safe bathroom. Dale uses the men's room. And for most of the day, we're all smart. No, we're going to this other one. I have suspended all man card violations and said, no, that's not the ladies' room. That's just the safe room.
Yeah.
So, Dale can destroy a bathroom like nobody's business.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know if it's too much fiber, not enough fiber. Just, man.
Maybe just a complete diet overhaul at that point. I mean, if everybody knows.
You can't tell Dale nothing, you know? You can't tell him nothing. He's like 6'5". He's 6'5", and he's a former Dallas Cowboy long snapper. He's got Super Bowl rings and an attitude. So the fact he hasn't murdered Bruce Jacobs yet is
true. That's true.
Some sort of a mystery, or Bruce Jacobs has got like somebody ready to mail somebody the proof if he ever, like, he's got dirt on him. Bruce Jacobs has got to have dirt on Dale Hellestray or else there'd been murder already. But so I don't know what was I saying? Oh yeah, he can stink up a bathroom like nobody's business, and he ain't listening to you give him any dietary advice.
No,
guaranteed.
No.
Boogerwall says DeAndre Ayton is bringing the old school center back. Do you guys realize this is only his 3rd year in the league and he's killing it? Booker and Ayton are the best playoff rookies of all time. Stats and facts. Go Suns, baby. I think there's a lot more untapped potential, though, in DeAndre Ayton. And we got to see more intensity. We got to see more fire from him. And there's a lot going on underneath. And he's more of a team leader than I'd even given him credit for in the past. But in the gameplay, I really want to see him get more aggressive. I think he's being smart in a way. You see, he don't foul that much, does he? But you know what? Go ahead, DeAndre. Foul now and then. Let's get more aggressive, especially under the basket, especially when you have the ball. I don't know. I again,
I don't think you're wrong there because DeAndre Ayton can physically do things most guys his size can't do. I mean,
right.
If you go back to the Clippers series with the Clippers and the Jazz, and how the Clippers were able to find places where they could shoot threes, where Rudy Gobert just looked useless out there. They can't do that with DeAndre Ayton. He actually has the ability to cover all of that ground, and you see him have the physical tools. Yeah, you'd love to see him have a little bit more fire in his belly and really enforce that area under the basket, because he does a good job already. But what if people were scared to go there? That would be another level.
Yeah, he's got, he's a great presence, but he's also a super nice guy. that he's a gentle giant. And
that's true.
Yeah, I think you're right. Nobody fears him, but they do respect him. At least there's that. Billy from Phoenix says Clippers celebrity fans are as follows: Billy Crystal,
okay,
Big John Platt, Donald Sterling.
That's it.
I don't think Donald Sterling. Well, no, he got a big fat $2.5 billion check from this whole thing. You might. Is he still alive? Is Donald Sterling still alive? I don't even know.
Idea.
When horrible old racists go off into the sunset,
I don't think he's allowed to be
and they die,
within 500 yards of the Staples Center.
Does it make a noise if he dies in the forest? I just don't know. Don't care.
And he's one of those guys. Once he left, nobody missed him. So it was very easy to go, yeah, well, you're kind of dead to us already.
It took me a second to remember who Donald Sterling was. Wait, that sounds familiar.
I'm sure Keon is just sitting there and with his Washington football team, looking at that owner Dan, going, "Why can't you be a filthy racist? Why can't you get caught on tape?"
The amount of times where there have been a scandal and you just cross your fingers and you go, Dan Snyder, and you just hope that it's him, and it's never him. It's never him.
Why can't you be a filthy racist? I'm so disappointed.
I mean,
also Donald Sterling, 87 years old and somehow alive.
Wow. Yeah. Well, he's got $2 billion, 2 billion reasons to be alive.
He's got tubes in him, I bet, right now. Keeping his racist ass alive. Kiss the Cook says Dale might be suffering from toilet fudge disease. Sounds like he just dropped off Rosemary's Baby in your bathroom there, Radio Ron. I'm sorry. Wow. Senior Wake and Bake says, yes, I predict the Suns win. They'll have Penny Marshall flipping over in her grave.
Oh, boy.
She did. I didn't know Laverne died. Boogie says today's been weird. Phil's gone too soon. Really? No, he says no. Wait, what am I saying? Never mind. Good Cat says Dale needs to stop those damn cookies and donuts thing he does. He eats a lot of that.
There is not a donut or cookie within anywhere near him that is safe.
Bruno Baller says, I can recall Dale at the intro of the show saying he doesn't poo-poo and giggle, but apparently he's wrong. Well, he's not half wrong.
I think he says, I wouldn't poo-poo and giggle.
Yeah. Hefty Lefty says, anyone down for a lunch bet? I think there are at least 3 technical fouls tonight. Morris gets one of them.
Could be. Could be.
I don't feel that.
Morris is their enforcer kind of guy.
Yeah.
He's the guy that would pick up the fouls willingly if he had to.
I'm going to guess. Okay. This is my guess. Morris, Crowder, Cousins. Those would be the 3 guys who get technicals tonight, but watch it just be like Cameron Payne out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? He's gotten some before. So I don't know. Who do you say, Randy? If there's 3 people getting technicals?
Well, I hope it's not Crowder. I hope he stays out of the melee, as hard as that might be for him to do. And I hope you're right. I hope Boogie Cousins and Morris. I hope both of those clowns get technicals. I hope they get 2 each and they both get run.
Keon?
I'm gonna go
technical for you, Keon. Technical for you. You got a little. Hey, don't get all that. Well, that's it. You've been teed up, Keon.
Oh wow, that's the first one. I got 6 more before I get suspended.
You know what I am? I'm an NBA referee. That was a totally unfair call, wasn't it?
Just came out of you didn't do enough instant replay first before you were wrong about it.
Oh no, we do. We're gonna take a break right now and look at the tape over
there
and over
it is
again. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Hey, my name is Jonelle, and a little thing that I love about Chick-fil-A's new lemon kale Caesar salad is every tender, warm, juicy piece of grilled chicken. It's a Caesar salad, but it's different. You have the Parmesan breadcrumbs and the mixture of lemon with that romaine and kale. It's almost something I can't explain, but it'll make you want to sing. Lemon kale Caesar.
Order the new lemon kale Caesar salad on the Chick-fil-A app today. Available for a limited time. Real guests paid for their testimonial.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100+ degrees, 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer. And your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment and they're A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com. Harmon Solar is an REC certified solar professional.
Lowe's wants you to bring the whole family back together this July 4th. We have new lower prices on select bag mulch starting at $2.88 a bag. And add some sizzle with $50 off select Weber Genesis gas grills. Make this holiday one worth remembering. The summer savings continue this July 4th. So stop by Lowe's in-store or online. Lowe's, home to any budget, home to any possibility. While supplies last, selection and product availability vary by location. Valid 6/24 through 7/7. U.S. only. Mulch offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Hi, this is Bruce Jacobs, my friends and former employers at ProCopy. For over 20 years, ProCopy has provided Arizona companies with the best office equipment available from companies like Ricoh. More importantly, they provide outstanding service after the sale with a 96% retention ratio and award-winning technicians. 3 years ago, they joined the Flex Technologies Group, an Arizona-based nationwide group of companies that share ProCopy's commitment to excellence. So if you have branches anywhere in the United States or just here in Arizona, you can get great personalized service even during the current climate. We use them here at the Fanatic and Money Radio KFNN, and they never disappoint because they remain a local company. They give back to our community by supporting ASU and the Thunderbirds through the Phoenix Open. The ProCopy Foundations has raised hundreds of thousands of dollars. That makes doing business with ProCopy good for your business. Just give them a call at 602 ProCopy. That's 602-776-2679.
Jacobs and Helly, weekday morning 6 to 10. They will get you up and ready for the day.
You just said it yourself. You're looking for tiles and stuff and what's showing up.
Clear, thoughtful insights into the world of sports.
Yeah, is that a coincidence? When was the last time tiles showed up on your social media?
Right. And I wasn't even the one there. You won't want to miss a second of the show.
Well, you know, it's dumb. You can Google naked girls. Naked girls will show up on your social media.
Jacobs and Helly, weekday morning 6 till 10 on your new home for sports. 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. FedFan has a question, and I'd say it's a good one. It says Morris is hurt. Is he playing tonight for the Clippers?
I haven't
not seen that injury report.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything.
I didn't even see him on the actual injury report earlier when I looked at it. Somebody take a look at that, see what's what with that guy. Billy from Phoenix says, I was doing pest control service, but I missed the Rattlers ticket giveaway. No, because it's going to be at the end of the show. And thank you for reminding me to tell people that we've got a pair of Rattler tickets to give away. All you have to do is text in, I want them tickets, Jeffrey. And then you will be put into a drawing. And at the end of the show, we will do said drawing. And well, we should probably do that the next break, right, Randy?
Well, we can do that. Yes. Yeah.
All right. So we'll do that and decide who gets to go to tonight, to tomorrow night's Rattlers game at 7 p.m. I'm out of breath because I had to go up and down the stairs.
Really? A new workout routine for you?
No, I had to yell at the kids.
Why are they clogging the toilet again?
So far, 24 hours clog free.
Okay.
I just sent them. I said, go swimming.
Yeah.
No lifeguard, but they're all out there swimming right now.
Well, they are a bit older, right? They're
a couple of teenagers in the mix, but that of course, boys as well as girls.
Yeah.
So
so the girls will take care of anything that goes
exactly.
wrong.
And I'm trying to remember when the last time I put chlorine in the pool.
That's the way it was in my house too. When we had the whole gaggle of kids, the daughters took care of the sons.
Yeah, the girls mature quicker, but don't count them out in the injury department for
That's true.
doing silly, stupid things. Jeff Van Gundy, you are entered into the drawing. So are you, Baker's Cocky Hens. Heavy Metal Maniacs got you too. Navy Brad, you are entered in. He says, by the way, here's my theory on Phil. He went to LA and he will be a ref tonight to swing calls in favor of the Suns.
Oh boy,
because I said the other day, Suns in 4. Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
I think he could pull that off. Phil
You
has ref haircut.
You think he would somehow get into the arena, A?
Yeah.
Get into the referee's ready room, B?
Yeah.
And fit into their clothes and be inconspicuous.
I think I'm not kidding. It's like Phil will say, "Oh, hey, does this towel smell like chloroform to you?" Oh, easy. And then put the guy into the locker. And next thing you know, it's even worse. But here's the thing, Navy Brad. Phil doesn't have to do that because the referees are already calling everything they can think of against the Suns to try to stop this from being a sweep. Because the NBA likes the ratings, doesn't want the sweep. In fact, the NBA ratings have been pretty damn good lately. And so everybody was like, NBA, blah, the ratings are going down, blah. Well, that's bull crap because they're doing all right.
Well, I think the interest in the Phoenix Suns has sparked some of that, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, isn't that weird? Isn't that kind of weird?
I mean, not even 12 months ago, the Phoenix Suns were the punchline on a joke.
Yeah, they went from worst to first like that, and you're just like, well, yay! Are you sure? That's what I feel like saying every time I hear somebody say something amazing about the Suns, or that all these people are bandwagoning to the Suns. You're like, yeah, are you sure? Because we have to. But you don't have to. Okay, all right.
I think it helps that the Suns are legitimately exciting and fun to watch. Like Devin Booker is the kind of player that my younger brother, he's like 10 years younger than me. Like that's the kind of player that he likes to watch. He's fun, he's exciting. He can shoot the ball. He's got handles, he's got everything.
Keon, you said your brother was 6'5". Are you saying that your brother, who's 10 years younger than you, is 6'5"?
I actually have two brothers.
Oh,
my brother that is 10 years younger than me is 6 foot even. And then I have a brother that is 2 years younger than me.
Yeah.
He's 6'5".
Okay.
So
And
you
it's
are
annoying.
the oldest, yet you somehow ended up being the runt of the litter. At 5'11".
Yeah, do I have something of a Napoleon complex? Do I have a little? It might happen just a bit. Yeah. Because you've got to be the older brother, and you're the smaller brother. It shows up, a little bit.
You get up on your tippy toes a little bit. You're like, I'll tell you something, little man.
I mean, no,
Jump
because
up on
it
the
doesn't help.
furniture.
It just makes me more hilarious. No, I've got to push him. We got to get in the fights.
Tell you, listen, good solid nut punch. It's over. I mean, it doesn't matter how tall they are. Listen, my son was a United States Marine for 5 years. He guarded President Obama, and he come home. I could still make him flinch. It's about the attitude, Keon. It's not about the height.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So you do what you got to do to maintain your dominance over them young pups.
That's right.
Fed Fan says this Suns team is as much fun to watch as the Warriors were a few years ago. No, even more fun because they're ours.
Yeah.
Cardinal Art says, am I too late to be put in the drawing? I had my grandson all day, but was still tuned in. Because of that, I need a double and a cold drink, please. And maybe a weather forecast too, Randy.
Well,
Cardinal Art, you're in the drawing.
Yeah, in the drawing and double. And
it's hot, Cardinal Art. How much more weather do you need?
All right, from the 1580 Fanatic Weather Center, Chief Meteorologist Randy White coming to you live. I have to tell you, heat is the word of the day. Currently outside, 100 degrees in Scottsdale, light breezes. Still a chance of rain because guess what? We're in the monsoon season here in Phoenix. Yeah, so, but it is going to cool off towards the early part of next week, dipping under 100 degrees. I know. There's something magical when you hear those words. 100 degrees right now, North Scottsdale, pretty hot where you're at. From the 1580 The Fanatic Weather Center, Chief Meteorologist Randy White, back to you, Jeff. Go.
Thank you, Randy. It's 72 degrees where I am because
you're in the bedroom there, and you got the vent right above your head, I believe.
And the electric bill to prove it.
Yep.
888-368-1580. Just the tip says Flo is stunningly hot in real life. That is not true. That is absolutely that is not true.
I think you're talking about that. What is that girl's name on the AT&T commercial?
Oh yeah, well then just the tip goes on and says, but that other chick who's super hot, well, that's the AT&T girl there.
Yeah.
Don't know her name because I'm not a creeper.
Right.
But I heard that she is creeped out by all the men who keep looking her up. Even Family Guy did a bit about it with Peter Griffin, who was creeping on her.
The AT&T
No, the AT&T gal. And this girl is so upset about how she's been treated online and stuff that now she's like, she stands behind stuff so people won't talk about her body. She's like, you guys have lost the privilege. So I thought she was pregnant at first. They kept putting her behind stuff, but no, she's just like, you damn creepers. I'm not going to let you see me now.
Well, good for her. Good for her.
But she's a nice gal. She's a comedian too. She did a lot of comedic movies and skits and stuff, little B stuff, whatever. But I don't know. Couldn't tell you her name. That girl.
I don't know.
Well, Lily is the name that she has in the commercial.
AT&T girl.
Kitten says, I'm a big fan. Yeah, see, that's why. People like you can't get this.
By the way, Marcus Morris Sr., still probable at this point. He has knee inflammation.
How about Marcus Morris Jr.? What about him?
Well, I'm imagining he's still too young to partake in NBA activities.
Well, if that's the case, could we just drop the whole junior and senior crap, please? Seems silly. I'm Jeffrey O'Brien Sr. I don't have
once they let people put it on the back of their jersey, then everybody says, no, you got to call me Senior, and that's that.
Well, I'm going to put on the back of my jersey, Kathy Bates. You have to call me that now, don't you? Like you meet my friend. It's not Randy. It's Helen Shapiro.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah,
right there.
that's
We're here
me.
to play. We're here to play. Big George says, ooh, that girl from the Life Alert commercials is spooky. Ooh, she's very hot. When she's on the ground, I've fallen and I can't get up. All curled up in a ball. Oh, you know what I could do with that. Yeah.
Wow.
Don't move. Don't move, baby. Don't move.
Is there any reason why they made those very serious commercials hilarious?
I don't think it was on purpose, man. It was just.
I've never not laughed, so I feel bad. But there's comedic timing to those ads. So you can't blame me.
Somebody thinks, okay, here's how we're going to portray this. And the things that make me laugh the most are the dumb black and white version of a bunch of white people. What I'm saying is they'll have like, say, a thing like, are you having problems with your clutter and your thing? And they're like, and that shot's always in black and white. And it's always some big dopey white guy or woman. And then they're doing this. They make that face at the end of that. And you're like, God, I'm embarrassed right now for every one of us. And then in color, you see, but now the special organizational caddy, 1999. And like, wow, how did I live without that for all these years? Because before I had that, come on, man.
Wow. I don't believe I've ever seen that commercial.
Well,
it's kind of all of them.
Is it? Okay.
It's absolutely. So yeah, I'm like, great. That's our legacy. That right there. Anyway, Cardinal Art says Madonna is hotter than everyone.
What?
Madonna, by the way, oh my God. Sometimes it's okay to become old and just go away, and not haunt our dreams, popping up with your pic. Oh God, what? Why? Voldemort, his wife is real. My God. Fed Fan says again, why? I don't know which part that was about, Fed Fan. Senior Wake and Bake says she made a pretty good prediction on locking Phil's ass out. What? Keon, what's good? Hey, do us a favor and keep coming back till Phil gets the hint.
Wow.
His sons.
Wow.
Cardinal Art says, yeah, don't forget about the farmers only girls, because you don't have to be lonely. Yeah, that whole farmersonly.com.
Oh, no, now the jingle's in my head.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
You don't have to be lonely.
I want to take that.
Farmersonly.com.
I'm going to take that commercial and re-edit it, but a bunch of Trump trucks with the giant flags just driving through that thing. Hefty Lefty says, I was always a fan of the girl from 4E in the State Farm commercials. What?
Girl from 4E.
I don't know what that is, Hefty Lefty.
Yeah.
At onlyfarmers.com. King Kitten says, hey, Flo is beautiful.
Wow.
She's
Can someone tell me again how we got on this topic? Oh, we were talking about celebrities showing up, and somebody said Flo would be there, and that's just how this thing spiraled down into a ball of flames. Okay.
I was just willing to blame Keon, but okay. Navy Brad says, hey, Randy, got a NASCAR question.
Okay.
In the future, will the crew chief be able to remote operate the car's fire extinguisher system if the driver gets knocked out?
Well, the fire suppression system on board the car, I believe, is automatic as it is right now. There's a sensor on it, and it fires automatically. I don't think that's just operated by the driver. So,
okay.
I hope that answers your question.
But what if it doesn't activate on an impact?
Well, then if it doesn't activate on an impact, then you got to believe the safety crews will be there in enough time to keep the driver safe. That's why they're out there. That's why they're all over the track. That's why it takes them just a few seconds to arrive on scene.
Skull wants everybody to know that the Suns are going to the Super Bowl.
Thank you, Skull.
888-368-1580. Large Mars says, remember when KJ said we saved the city after game 5 in Chi-Town there in 93? I don't want any rights there again. I'm just saying. Just saying. Cowboy Sparky says Dale was freeing Willie. What? All right. So Bruno's baller says, do you guys remember Flo from that? Alice? Remember? Kiss My Grits. It was about a diner in Phoenix. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think I saw that. I think my mom enjoyed watching that show. She's dead now. So
we were never more proud than when Phoenix was represented like that. Killer Rabbit says, I love all the udders on farmersonly.com.
Excuse me?
What? I don't know. Oh, by the way, hey, how about Rick Carlisle coming back to the Indiana Pacers? So, yeah, $29 million, got some incentives. He's got a 4-year deal. That's kind of weird to me. Why would they want him back? Why did he go back?
Well, I can see why they'd want him back. He's a great coach, and he's, got a championship, and he can prove that. And he's coached some teams that outside of the 1-star player that he had didn't really have a ton of talent. So I can see why they'd want him back. I don't know why he'd want to go to Indianapolis. I know that's, Indianapolis.
Yeah, the more confusing part.
Yeah,
is why he wants to go back.
And Indianapolis has some good pieces. They've got the Sabonis. They've got Karis LeVert over there, Malcolm Brogdon. Like, there's some good pieces. I just don't see any superstars, and that's kind of what you need to win a championship. And I would assume that that's where he'd want to go back again. And he could literally pick any job that he wanted.
No, I'm sorry. You're incorrect. It's $29 million. 888-368-1580.
Jeffrey, did you see this, though? According to NBC sports.com, Becky Hammond, apparently, rumor has it that she is one of the finalists for the Trailblazers job.
Oh, no kidding. Oh,
yeah,
no kidding.
It says here the owner, Jody Allen, interested in Becky Hammond as coach. And so this is a legitimate thing, man.
Is there any way she would pass on that, hoping to get the Spurs after old Popovich decides to go down the driveway?
I mean, I don't. If you're offered a job with the Portland Trailblazers as the head coach there, I don't care who you are. Don't you want to go there and try to make that team take the next step and be a championship contender? I mean, I would.
No, I hear you. She, remember that shady son of a bitch, Josh McDaniels over at the Patriots. You remember him? They're like, oh, wouldn't you want to be a coach? The Colts called. They said, hey, why don't you come be a Colt? And then, Bill Belichick was like, don't do that. And then old Robert Ballard got a rub and tug and then stopped by. He had some cash. He's
Robert
like, hey,
Ballard?
Josh. The Kraft. Sorry. Yeah. They were probably hanging out together. So Bob Ballard and Robert Kraft showed up in the office there, Josh McDaniels, and said, here's a coupon for a place in Jupiter. Plus, here's a few $1 million. You stick right where you're at because we need you. and that's why he stayed there. So if old Popovich is like, "Hey, right here, my replacement," because that's how I hear him now. He looks just so damn old. And the ownership says, "We want to keep Pop happy because we don't want to be the ones that kill him."
Yeah.
And so then they say, "Becky, here's some coupons for McDonald's, and here's about 72% of what this other guy makes. What do you say?"
No. If I'm Becky Hammond and I get offered the opportunity for the Trailblazers, I'm taking.
Just a tip says, "Randy, can I please have an Evan Williams single barrel neat, please?" He says, "By the way, is there any chance you'll start doing the race setup live and we can get the text going on that show?"
Man, I'd love to. The only problem right now is there's not enough hours in the day and there's not enough money in my paycheck. So we're going to keep it pre-recorded for right now.
Yeah, that's why I say you're not getting a 4-hour edition of the Daily Blender unless Radio Ron backs a Brinks truck up to my house, and you're not going to get a live edition of the race setup unless old Lisa Courier comes over and says hi to Randy with a bang bag.
A courier.
Yeah, just a
with a
there you go,
check.
Mr. White. There might be some Chick-fil-A in there too.
Oh boy.
All right, we have only one segment left, so let's come on back. I'll tell you who's winning these Rattler tickets, and we'll wrap this thing up. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Lowe's wants you to bring the whole family back together this July 4th. We have new lower prices on select bag mulch starting at $2.88 a bag. And add some sizzle with $50 off select Weber Genesis gas grills. Make this holiday one worth remembering. The summer savings continue this July 4th. So stop by Lowe's in-store or online. Lowe's, home to any budget, home to any possibility. While supplies last, selection and product availability vary by location. Valid 6/24 through 7/7. U.S. only. Mulch offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Thank goodness it seems like the worst is over, but is your business back to pre-COVID numbers? Hi, Bruce Jacobs here to invite you to take advantage of a great opportunity to promote that you are open and ready to serve with our affordable Open for Business advertising package. You'll only spend hundreds but reach thousands of potential new customers. Just go to 1580thefanatic.com, click the link for the Open for Business package. This offer will not last long. The Open for Business package on 1580 The Fanatic. Now let's all get back to business.
500 apiece, you get that fine for 500, 502 apiece. That's what I had, that 150.
The best weekly auction is right here in Arizona. It's only a click of the mouse away from great deals on almost everything. Visit liquidateaz.com for weekly auctions on everyday household items, antiques from around the world, sports and non-sports cards, memorabilia and autographs, comic books, comic character collectibles, Native American, pots, jewelry, rugs, and sterling silver. Liquidateaz.com weekly auctions is the place for great deals and works of art, gold and silver, coins and U.S. currency, gold and sterling jewelry, vintage LP vinyl records, vintage electronics, ham radio, RC cars, planes, and boats. Interested in antique clocks, watches, and timepieces, or a wide variety of sports equipment, including hunting, fishing lures, poles, and gear. How about military collectibles, medals, uniforms, or helmets? All at liquidateaz.com. Looking to liquidate an estate? Liquidateaz.com can help with estate sales and consignment services. Liquidateaz.com for information.
Hey everybody, Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. Are you seeing what is going on in the home buying market right now? Unbelievable. Not enough inventory, and there is a ton of demand. Some of these homes are getting 30, 40, 50 offers on them. How are you going to stand out? How are you going to differentiate yourself from the other buyers who are in line? I have a way. Use the Lund Mortgage Team. Lund Mortgage Team is locally owned and operated with over 20 years of experience right here in the Valley. They have a great reputation, and it is a trustworthy pre-approval. And on top of that, they are quick. That's one of the things. You got to come equipped and be ready to buy. So what you need to do is make that first phone call to 623-875-9940. That's 623-875-9940. Get that pre-approval going, and then get yourself ready to go buy that home of your dreams. Go online, lundmortgageteam.com, or call 623-875-9940.
The Fanatic.
Hey, Randy.
Hey, Jeffco.
You were gone a long time. You went in the right bathroom, right?
Yes.
Yeah, don't go in the one Dale was in.
No, I went in the one Dale did not frequent.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably. We should probably just put Dale's name on there and put a Dallas Cowboy star on it for him.
Yeah.
Just
And-
let him have it.
I would agree with that.
And
Yeah.
then put male/female
Wow.
on the other one.
Yeah.
We just all share it. Really just to, health and safety.
Family
Health
bathroom.
and safety.
Instead of male/family bathroom.
Yeah.
They have that at the stadiums now. They got the family bathroom.
Sure. Whatever it takes to protect ourselves from what Dale leaves behind. From his behind.
Dale Ellistre's personal bathroom.
Yeah. I mean, there is also, just so you know, there is another restroom.
Another.
Yes, but you have to have the code. It's the executive restroom that's outside of our suite. And I would go there when other people would do their duty and make it intolerable. Duty. Anyway, so what are we doing here? Yeah, I think everybody, I don't think there's anyone listening right now. I think they've all ran off to their TVs to watch the Phoenix Suns.
Well,
I bet if anybody's hearing us, it's only because they're stuck in traffic.
We better do the drawing. Let's not forget the drawing.
I didn't forget.
Okay.
Why would you think I'd forget that?
Did you do the random number generator? Is that how
Yes,
you
I did.
selected? Very good.
I have already taken care of that.
All right.
I know how to do my job, Randy.
No, I was just helping you. I was just assisting. I wasn't trying to tell you what to do.
Yeah. Well, here's your winner by random number generator from all the people who have texted in saying, I want those tickets. Ladies and gentlemen, Bite My Kebab is the winner.
Wow. Bite My
That's
Kebab.
right.
Very good.
Bite My Kebab. You're going to need to text in your email address because I'm not allowed to respond to you on the text line because it's against the law.
Yeah.
So you have to you have to text in or email. You can email blender at 1580thefanatic.com. Of course, then somebody might be trying to steal your tickets and I wouldn't know if they were you or not. So yeah, you better text us. Text 888-368-1580, Bite My Kebab, and we'll make sure you're set up with those tickets. Thank you so much for listening. And the rest of you, well, it sucks to be you. 888-368-1580. Billy from Phoenix says, damn it, no, that's it. I'm leaving. Skoll says, rigged. Killer Rabbit says, I'm listening. Big George says, I'm still listening because I'm waiting for you to do On This Date in Big George's sports history.
Oh, see, you got a busy third segment here, Jeffco.
George, you just got to trust me that I'm always going to do this. It's really sort of lives in this segment of the show before or if we do the Wheel of Sports.
Yeah.
We always, but back me up, Randy. I know George hasn't listened in a while. I always do the history.
He does every day. He does every day. And you know why we moved it here, George, to this specific spot? So it can, studies and data have shown that this is the most listened to few moments of the entire broadcast day right now, as we do On This Date in Big George's sports history.
That and I'm easily distracted. So let's do this. It's time now for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1948, Salisbury Cardinals manager Gene Corbett, who was just tossed from a baseball game by the home plate umpire, instructed the bat boy, Paul Morrell, to tell the umpire, get in the game and keep your eyes open. After relaying the message, the 13-year-old bat boy also got ejected from the Class D Eastern Shore League contest by a home plate umpire, Randy White.
Thank you.
Marking one of the only times a bat boy has been ejected from a game.
That's
Back to me,
right.
Jeffrey.
That's right. And I don't want to hear any mouthing going on. We're going to play ball. Everybody keep your mouth shut and let's get back to the game. Here we go.
The Gene Corbett would be played by me because that's something I would do. I would send if you throw me out, I'm sending somebody else to keep the conversation going. And Randy is absolutely the umpire right there. 888-368-1580.
See, the only difference there, though, Jeffco, is I wouldn't throw the little kid out of the game because he was the messenger boy.
Well,
I would just suspend you for another game. That's all.
A plate umpire can't suspend anybody.
Oh, yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Oh, yes, I can.
Keon, can an umpire suspend anybody for a game? Is that even possible?
I'll throw you out of tomorrow's game before we even start. That's
through the league office. No, that is not under the
tomorrow too.
All you could do is wait until I'm in play and then toss me. You can't just toss me on site.
I understand that Randy doesn't want to eject the messenger.
Yeah.
But you can't. You don't have the power. It's not in your
well,
abilities.
I will tell you, there was a time when I haven't kept up my licensing, but I was an umpire, and I was calling a slow pitch ball game one night, and I had a particularly chippy ball club out there, thinking that they knew how to call the game better than I did. And so this one guy, he was particularly chippy. And so I went up to the fence, and I addressed the coach of the team. I said, "Coach, you need to get your team in line here, or I'm going to start throwing guys out of the game." And he's like, "You can't do that." I said, "Oh, yes, I can. Yes, I can." And so he didn't believe me, and so they kept chipping at me. So I went to the end of the bench, pointed at the guy, and I said, "You have been ejected." And then I went to the next guy, and I pointed at him, and the coach is like, "You can't do that." And I said, "You have been ejected too." And I said, "Shall we keep going? Because you need to have 8 players to keep playing this game. Here's another one. Should I eject this guy too, or are you going to get your team under control?" And, everybody, hold on here. This guy means business. Hold on. That's my reputation.
My reputation as a manager would have been, we're going to start pitching at umpires.
It scared me. It was a slow pitch league.
So some umpire over there by first base. Wow, what the hell just what?
It was a one-man game, and I was the one man.
Big George says, "I should have never doubted you, Jeffrey. Thank you for reading on this date in sports history. You're right. This segment is when people are in the worst of the worst rush hour traffic. So most ears are listening to this glorious radio show right now." Bruno Baller says, "Randy would not only toss the 13-year-old kid, but he also tossed the kid's dad when he came out to give him the business."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Good Cat says, "Wait, what Tickster said that Aunt Flo is hot?" Oh, I don't remember, but that's fake news right there if you've ever heard it.
Well, kiss my grits.
Fed Fan says, "Yeah, don't worry, Big George. I usually have to wait till 5:50 if I want to hear tennis news." Megatron says, "Can't wait for on this day when you say Jeffrey didn't read Big George's sports history." There was a time, there's been a couple of days where the clock got away from me and I forgot, but we're talking maybe once a year. Maybe once a year something happens.
Yeah, that's true.
Senior Wake and Bake says, "Hey, have a great evening, duo. You as well, Keon, with Phil gone. Reminds me, some jobs have the sign with 0 days without an accident." 0 days without a Phil. Go Suns. Senior Wake and Bake, thank you for that. Just tips like, "I'm still here. I'm listening. Can I get those tickets?" No, we've already given the tickets away, my friend. But if that person decides they don't want them, I'll give them to you. What the hell? 888-368-1580. So, by the way, Keon, I got to ask you a question. Okay, 2 questions. 1, are you single? Don't worry, I'm not hitting on you. So you got a girlfriend, right?
Yes.
Okay. Before you had this girlfriend, you were single.
Yeah.
It's not a trick question. I'm not trying to bust you for overlapping. Come on, that's not what this is about. So
well, I wasn't, so it's all good.
So as a single man, you have a cat? Did you have a cat?
I don't have a cat now.
See, that's why. No, not at any time when you were single. Did you have a cat?
I've never had a cat in my life.
Good man. Good man.
Yeah.
So here's the reason I'm saying this. Women find men less attractive when they're standing there holding the cat. Unless you're a Bond villain, you should be standing there holding the cat. That's the only people that need to be. A study found that women find men less attractive if they're into cats. Researchers at Colorado State University took photos of various men, one by themselves, one of them holding the cat. And then 700 women rated the photos. The men holding the cats were seen as less masculine and less dateable. And that's correct. It applied to both short-term and long-term relationship potential. So they were less dateable across the board.
Wow.
They were seen as neurotic when holding a cat.
Neurotic?
There's only one demographic that didn't care. Women who described themselves as cat people. They was yeah. They were just as likely to say a guy was dateable whether he was holding the cat or not. So that didn't matter. So in other words, if you like cats, it doesn't hurt your chances with crazy cat women. Like that lady down the street, or say Jennifer Aniston. And but it's not helping though. It ain't helping. So men, I'm just saying, if you're trying to get a lady, don't get caught holding the cat.
I have a friend, and this is the craziest thing I've ever heard. He walks his cat.
You mean he drags his cat? No cat walks willingly.
I don't know. That's what he claims. He claims he walks the cat. He's got a leash for the cat, and him and the cat go walking. And I just think that's weird. I've never seen that happen anywhere else and in any other context. But he does. He walks his cat.
Okay. One of the two of them is on a lot of drugs because that just does not happen naturally.
I mean, it's probably him, but
yeah, I'm guessing because the cat's in control. Megatron says women with cats are also single. Yes. Hefty Lefty says, Keon, it's a trap. No, it wasn't a trap. See, it wasn't. I wasn't going to give him a hard time. Do you have a dog? Do you have a dog, Keon?
I do not have a dog, but that's because my apartment doesn't allow any pets.
What kind of dog
So
you
I
like?
have a fish.
What kind of dog? Well, I know, but if you had a dog, what kind of dog would you like?
I don't know. I've always liked bulldogs.
Yeah, that's cool. Now, bulldogs are cool. Yeah.
They just always seem happy to see you. I don't know. I like them.
So here's the thing. If you're going to get a pet, make sure it's damn worth it. Don't get a cat. And the fish is fine. The fish ain't hurting nothing. But seriously, you're not a real pet owner. You get yourself a dog or a Shetland pony. That's always fun to have in an apartment, right?
Shetland pony.
Yeah, you're the only one to walk around with a Shetland pony. They're like, you better scoop that. But
and really live on the second floor.
Yeah,
if you're gonna have the pony. Yeah.
So
your neighbors really know.
I think I've lived under those people. But here's the thing. If you're going to have a pet, make sure it's worth it. Like I say, if you're going to drive a car, make sure it's worth it, making sure it's something you love. Gas mileage is a consideration, but you have to enjoy it, right? So if you're going to get a pet, the new figures out are it costs $13,000 to own a dog or a cat.
Wow.
That's over their lifetime, right? So, let's say average is 10 years. So it's about $13,300. So keep that in mind going in. So if you're going to get a dog, oh, okay, I guess that's worth it. But if it's a cat, it's like, you know what? Maybe save your money and get a damn Kia,
Get a Kia?
It's better than a cat, Just saying. Don't call them fur babies. It's a dog. It's a cat. You're not a pet papa or mama. They're not your son and daughter. If they are, what the hell have you been up to?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm not no, I ain't claiming them. Not even by adoption. This is my buddy. They're my friend. Dog is a man's best friend. Can we just keep it with that, please? Slave Dave says Suns 114, Clippers 105 is his prediction. That puts you right below the under on the over-under. So here's open. Let's watch the game. Keon, well, thanks a lot. We'll see you tomorrow. And the rest of you, 3 p.m. here in the Daily Blender, 1580, the Fanatic stuff. Go Suns.
Hey, my name is Jonelle, and a little thing that I love about Chick-fil-A's new lemon kale Caesar salad is every tender, warm, juicy piece of grilled chicken. It's a Caesar salad, but it's different. You have the Parmesan breadcrumbs and the mixture of lemon with that romaine and kale. It's almost something I can't explain, but